number 4 of the Cargill division with everybody's favorite commentators, Katie Rayner and Henry Schütz. How are you guys doing?
Good. Here, ready to watch some bowling.
It's early. It's 9.
9:04. We're pretty close to time on.
All right.
We're ready. We're ready.
I think we're ready.
We'll just go over our matches for today. So we have the Heartland Kingpins versus the Dakota Dynamite. And then the Dakota Dynamite versus the Van Island Pin Slayers, 2 brand new teams to the league. And then we have some old veterans of the league. We have Mad Hatters versus the Bombers. I think it's the Bombers' first match of the league too, so that'll be neat to see those guys out on the lane. And then the Pin Slayers versus the Kingpins. So the Kingpins have a bit of a gap in their day, so hopefully they'll stay fresh and ready to go.
Well, it worked well last week for who had their the Snowmen. They had their 2-hour break, and it worked really well for them the second match. So maybe they could work bowling for a couple hours.
Yeah, it'll be nice to see some of those new teams get on the lane too.
Yeah,
see some different faces.
So we do have a couple team managers here in the background, so we'll bring them in. So from the Heartland Kingpins, Mr. Robert Gallagher, and from the Dakota Dynamite, Jimmy 4L Llewellyn. How's it going, Jimmy?
Pretty good. Get over yourself.
Good. So we'll start with the Dakota Dynamite. Jimmy, it's obviously your guys' first time in the league. You have lots of veterans on the team. What is your team expecting?
We got some veterans here. We only need a few games a day. That's what we're looking for.
For sure. Robert, obviously Kingpins had a great season last year. How are you guys doing? How's everybody warmed up for today?
Yeah, we had a good season last year. Everybody said a few hiccups here and there lately, and some of them will be fine. We're okay. We're ready to go. We're pumped up. Playing a couple of new teams today. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah. Perfect. So Jimmy or Robert, you are the away team. Do you want to give us your lineup for today?
We're going to start it with Gino, the old veteran, number 1 spot. Bev Magnus will be number 2. Number 3, Anthony Street, number 4 in the 5-hole. Sean Schwartz and bench. Eric Cho's not available today.
And Jimmy, the home teams. What do you got for us?
Woman, Jenna. Then we're running with some Vandals of Mark, Tyler, and finishing off with Jeff Bourne, our veteran. We got Randy and then Scott sitting out this match.
All right, perfect. Well, let's get this match on the road, and best of luck to all of you. Have a good night, or have a good match.
Good luck.
Good night.
Try my laptop next time.
All right, here we go. Let's get this thing.
It's rolling.
Maybe people want to watch us for the whole cast there.
Well, you never know.
Maybe they don't.
Oh, there goes the Scooby-Doo laugh. I got to stop laughing.
As they get this match going, maybe we'll go through the full team roster. I know their audio wasn't the greatest, so Henry, if you want to go through Heartland Kingpins roster here for us.
Yeah, here we go. Oh, okay, Heartland Kingpins. Okay, we got Gino, the old guy, Sean, Jen, Shauna, Eric, Anthony, Mike, and Bev. And the manager is Robert.
Perfect. And
Or
Katie,
Bob, as we
Dakota,
call him.
the Dakota
Over
Dynamite.
on Dakota Dynamite is Mark and Tyler, Chad, Jana, Randy, Scott, Robert, Jeff Bourne, and manager Jim.
Now, I remember if Jimmy said, was Robbie Shannis available today?
I don't think I heard that name as available because I
Oh,
think
okay.
he said who was on the bench.
There we go.
Mm,
Sean's on the bench for the other team, the Dakota. I don't recognize many names from them. I mean, I'm not.
they're all before your time, Henry.
Hey, does that mean I'm young? Love it.
Young to the scene. How's that?
There's a shot by Gino. I love that Gino still bowls. He gives me a hope.
he
I
gives
still
you
have several.
hope.
Yeah, I have several years to catch up to him. That guy's still good.
Yeah.
Now we know Heartland's lane is going to be a little tough to read the scores, so we'll try and do the
Give the
best we
updates
can.
as we can.
Yeah.
Dakota Dynamite, where are they bowling out of?
Out of Dakota lanes in Winnipeg.
Winnipeg. That was more my question is where.
Gotcha. So the Van Dales, I do believe, own Dakota lanes.
Oh, okay.
If a lot of you watched TSN or CBCs back in the day, the Van Dales were always on shows.
I actually
Playing
did
out
watch that quite a bit. Yeah. As a young whippersnapper.
I think Mark Johnson may have played Chad Van Dale on on TSN. I could be wrong. It might be Tyler.
No, it's good to see the old guys playing still.
Mm-hmm.
It's, out
Jeff
here in
Bourne
Edmonton, it seems like the young kids have taken over Edmonton. Like, holy, well, I call them kids. They're still in their 30s, but they're kids to me.
Yeah, Jeff Bourne has been one of the best for decades as well.
Good start.
Yeah, great start for the Dynamite. Hey, and the Kingpins are right there with them.
Yeah, there's a strike there. So looks like
Kingpins actually have a slight lead over Dakota after one frame. Look at that.
Dakota only opened twice, and the rest were strikes. So your bottom three got the strikes, which is important to keep the ball rolling, as they will say.
Okay. It's too early in the morning for things like that.
Okay. Oh, no dad jokes? Okay, sorry.
No dad jokes. I haven't had enough coffee yet. Great shot.
Do we know what Dakota Lanes, what their pin setting is? Are they the small bases?
I do believe they're black bases at 18-inch centers.
Okay. I don't know. Just sometimes people listening want to know that. Not that it makes a difference. There's a good fall down at the line strike. I love those ones. It is a little early in the morning. How many hours of this do we have, Katie?
4
Oh,
hours.
well, then we don't want to start off too strong. We want to just kind of ease into it, right? Good coffee?
Sorry, I choked on my coffee. Oh, I'm good now.
You got to drink it, not breathe it.
Not dying yet. Don't worry.
So how's your guys' week?
How's the week? Pretty good.
Yeah, Sunday.
Just
How was your Thursday night, Carrie? Did you have a little too much to drink?
I wish I had more to drink.
I don't, because that tab that I paid for you that you walked out on wasn't too bad. Like,
yeah, that one beer and a bottle of water really sunk you. Eh?
Yeah, that's what happens when you're the last one at the bowling alley.
oops.
I do that at least like once every quarter, so they expect it.
I feel like we
okay.
all do that at least once every quarter.
Okay, well, I don't because my kid works there. So
Yeah, fair.
a couple of head pins
Oh, and
there.
through the hole for Chad. Do you think as Dakota is coming out, it's their first time in the league, we're gonna see a little bit of like some shaky nerves? They didn't really come out that way in frame 1.
No, there's so much experience on this team. Like, there's not a player on there that hasn't been to nationals and all that stuff. I don't
In pressure
think it'll be.
situations.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be a nerves situation. It might just be. It's been so long since competition for some of them, right? Jeff Bourne
Right.
has obviously been to nationals a few times in the last few years, but Jana, she used to be an Abelas, if people didn't know. I don't know the last time I've seen her at a major competition, maybe Regina Classic. And the
Okay.
Vandales, I don't even know if they played the Winnipeg Cash tournament last year. So
Yeah. So maybe more
be-
so just about like getting used to the format and stuff too, not having someone beside you also.
yeah.
We've
think
heard
it's
that
just
from a lot of teams that's the thing that took a lot to get used to.
Yeah, the irregularity. Oh, in the comments,
But
it
if-
was Mark Vandale versus Mark Johnstone on TSN. That's who it was.
But if these guys have pulled the TSNs and stuff, or the CBCs or whatever, they're kind of used to not having anybody on that lane, is it not? It's just, the two of you up on the lane, or, you get to the step ladder in the finals on, Sundays
Yeah.
or whatever in these
I think,
tournaments.
though,
It's just,
I think
maybe
even that's different though, because your opponent is still right beside you. So you can still
Yeah,
play
I
off
guess.
body language. You can still play off, the timing and things. Whereas this, there's no playing off of anybody else's timing. It's your team just goes until your team is done. Right?
yeah, I guess. It's probably a good thing because Gino's timing, he can throw everybody off with his timing. But, he can stand up there as long as he wants if he keeps throwing strikes, right?
That's right. Wills that pin to fall over.
It's when you get that not such an average bowler, up there taking 10 minutes to throw a bowling ball and then rips a 2-pin. That's
The
when it
not
probably
so
gets a little
average.
frustrating. The not so average guy. That looked better than the last one she threw. Nice
Yeah.
shot.
Oh no. 5 miss.
That's a tough count on doubles.
Yeah. It's not ideal.
Definitely not ideal.
Not ideal, but it happens. I did it on Thursday. I don't think it was on a double though. Maybe just a strike.
Mm.
That's
Well,
okay.
I guess I did just as bad. I went 3-3 miss on my doubles. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I got that extra pin, though.
Heartland just keeps rolling.
Yeah, I think they've, with the addition of Anthony, Mike, and Bev, they've really found a groove, that team.
Mhm.
They were strong last year, obviously with half the amount of teams, but I don't think
This
they're
makes
going
them
anywhere. I think they're going to be pretty tough to beat this year.
I think so too. When you think about it, those 3 players alone, like when you think about the tour, Anthony and Mike are constantly
Mm.
in the mix. Bev is a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah. Yeah, they're big additions already to a strong team.
Hmm.
So who moved off? Did somebody move off of that team, or did they just bring extra bowlers in?
I don't think anybody moved off the team.
I think
I
they
don't
only
believe so.
had a 6-player roster last year.
Oh, okay.
Like they had a small roster last year. But somebody
Yeah.
must have left though, because that's 3 added. Can we carry 9?
Huh, great question.
Sorry, I didn't
Should
mean to
have
put you
this
guys on the
answer.
spot.
Give me a second. I'll figure this out.
Okay. I mean, I figured you would have known all the answers, but
This is what they did to me all last week. They just kept asking me questions I had no idea. And I'm like, I'll find out.
It's funny how they do that.
It's what happens when you send a non-bowler into a bowler community, right? Yes, all the tough questions.
What kind of bases at this house that you've never played at a day in your life, Katie? That's a great question.
But that's why we
Jen cleans
have
up her head bin.
That's why we have people in the audience so they can answer.
Help us. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't see anybody's answers in the audience because I don't know how. I don't want to exit my full screen, so we're just gonna leave it.
I can see the stream.
Perfect.
See if Gino can keep it rolling.
How long has he been good for?
Like 75 years.
Yeah, okay. I thought it was somewhere in there.
Oh,
Jana throws the turkey, so that's with Gino punching a hip in. That's going to keep her match pretty close.
It's Heartland over there. They must have the other lane streaming so they can watch it. Looks like Robert.
They usually do, yeah.
okay.
Usually they have the screen on the side wall showing the match so that they're able to see what's going on. Yeah, even Gino's looking over there.
Yeah, it might be a little more like a match play league then, where you can see where, we had the coach watching the games, but maybe it would be better to get a big TV and post it.
I think it's all team preference too. Like we usually have the stream playing on YouTube just like behind us on a laptop so that those who want to go watch and can see it are there and they can go look, but we don't really keep an eye on it too much. Usually the person on the bench is the one who's watching it mostly and keeping everybody engaged. But
yeah, it's usually just for timing, right?
Yeah. I don't think we watch it too closely, but Tyler with another 5 miss. Dynamite, but gets the cleanup. Bev on a head pin.
There we go. That's a nice shot.
Great strike for Chad. So Dakota Dynamite's going to come out of this frame. If not ahead, at least tied. Now ahead. Are you still looking for last year's roster, Carrie?
He's awfully quiet.
I wasn't.
Oh.
Just answering some questions from our team managers.
Oh, gotcha. All right, so that was a great frame for Dakota Dynamite. One misstep in the third hole, but strikes the rest of the way. So that's going to give them quite a good advantage with momentum moving forward. And all 3 that threw strikes on the Heartland weren't able to capitalize on them. So
that was a nice shot.
Anthony and Jen are obviously looking to hopefully stifle that bleed a little bit and move into the 5th frame.
It is weird how that goes. Like, the first frame, everybody's on, throwing some strikes. The second frame, you get 1 or 2, and now they're in a spot where if Jen doesn't mark, only one bowler on that team got a mark in that frame, and you're 4 frames in.
Yeah.
But of course, we know Jen's going to throw a strike because that's what she does.
Yeah. Typical Jen Baker.
Is she bowling the Invitational?
She is not bowling the Invitational this year, no. It's been a few years, I think, since she has.
Well, she used to bowl on the big side.
Yeah, in the main event. So this is going to be a great opportunity for Jana to really take a hold on this game. A miss isn't necessarily a bad thing if she can half it up with Gino punching a head pin, though.
So we're just in. They are going to pull Tyler Van Dale and put Randy Morissette in for the Dakota Dynamite.
Oh, and gets the squeeze.
Yeah, so Jana's in control of that match now.
Taking a little bit of a lead.
And that strike puts him at a little bit of a lead as well over Bev.
All right, here's your sub, Randy in for Tyler.
Now, Henry, when you guys were playing in your first matches, did you have your bench players off practicing off to the side?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we had both of them. They were throwing, I think the second game that we bowled, we only used one sub.
Mm-hmm.
And we were all really close. But yeah, they're off to the side, usually the one lane over. And I don't think they're up there speed bowling, but definitely trying to stay loose. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, it's a really nice thing that this has in the format, that you can kind of put your subs off to the side, warming up, something different than the open.
Right. I haven't, ever bowled in an open, so I wouldn't know.
Oh,
It's okay. Thanks for bringing it up and rubbing it in. That's fine.
that's okay. Sometimes in the open, Henry, you have to go in cold after sitting for like 3.5 games, and then you're just like, okay, let's see what happens. Usually, it's not very good. So
I was just gonna say, I don't know. I've always, if I've walked in late for bowling Thursday or Sunday, whatever, and I've kind of come in late and I didn't get a chance to throw a warm-up ball, my first 3 frames are terrible. Like timing and stretching and all that, as much as not being able to throw a bowling ball, for sure, would affect me 100%.
yeah.
I don't know. I never came off the bench, and I was never on the bench. So I don't know. I just bowled both my games. I didn't even know there was such thing as a bowl in this league.
Yeah.
That's gonna come back and haunt me next set.
Yeah. Can anybody read Mike's score?
Mike has 96.
96.
Maybe?
That was my guess too.
That's, I think. Yeah.
Ready 2-pin tangle. Screen time,
So,
Screen
Oh,
time.
a little bit of a tangle. I think this is a good point to kind of touch on. We have a comment that says, when a sub's throwing 1,000 in Regina to make a cut on the main event, that's like showing the quality of these lineups, right? When we're able to handpick these teams, there's really no weak link on any of these teams.
Oh.
The people on your bench are just as strong as the people in your match at any given time, which is kind of what makes this tournament and this event so interesting, is that the caliber on the lane and on your bench are just outrageous.
Yeah, exactly.
I followed sometimes I follow the open and different players that have made the open and stuff, and not always, but every once in a while you'll have a bowler that's just had a great qualifying round, and they might not be if you could handpick the top 8 men's to represent the men's team. Anyways, we'll go to commercial break. I'll finish my story later.
Yeah, no worries. So right now we have Dakota has 549 to Heartland 512. So we'll play our commercial break and we'll bring the last half.
Perfect.
When you come to the Canadian Brew House, you'll feel right at home. We work hard to make our house your house. With an affordable menu of appetizers, entrees, desserts, beverages, and killer deals on daily specials. At our house, you never miss a play. As sports lovers, we've ensured each location includes over 50 TVs and our signature Jumbotron. The Canadian Brew House is the place people want to be.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centers across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
All right, here we go. The last half of the first match of the day.
Let's see who this break affects.
Yeah,
Or
so
if
far
it
Dakota's come out guns a-blazing, working on all marks going into the second half. Heartland Kingpins have 2 spares going, working into the second half, so could be a turning point, or Dakota could keep rolling with the momentum.
No, it was a good
Oh,
shot.
and just leaves that corner.
That's down.
The average pros aren't playing right now, Henry.
Oh, I could probably get her a T-shirt though.
Probably. That was a great ball, though. Right at the spare.
Gino just had to throw one off to the side there just so he didn't get another head pin, and then he got a spare, and now you can go back on at it.
Strategy.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what he was thinking too.
Well, like I said, some of us don't think the same as all of the others, eh?
That's right.
Head pin on the double for Mark. He still has a little bit of a cushion. Sean is in for Bev. We'll see what he does coming up.
So as I was saying there with the open, you know, maybe you get a player that's not as strong, or maybe the chemistry is off with one player out of 5 men. I mean, they can't all be best friends. I think that's the difference with this format is you do get to pick who you're going to spend your time with, and obviously you're not going to go, oh, this guy's a troublemaker, let's pick him, or this person is not as strong of a bowler, but really like this person. Like, I think they're all handpicked. So these teams should gel really well throughout the whole year. I would feel.
Yeah, it definitely does make a difference when you're playing with your people, right?
Mm-hmm. Another punch there for Dakota.
And through the hole.
That's down. No, that's down. Get that guy.
Yeah, that one legitimately was down.
Maybe this is where the little bit of the not the experience. Not saying that Dakota doesn't have experience, but this format is being that Heartland's bowled this format before. They know that little bit of a break. They can take a timeout, reset. Whereas Dakota's more like, why are we stopping? Let's keep going. Let's keep going. No, that's a good answer.
That was a big strike for Chad to kind of give some momentum to the bottom, get Jeff going so that they can start frame 7 with a little bit of energy going.
His body language told me he was going to miss.
Yeah, he didn't look very.
It didn't look like he missed by much.
Great comeback from Heartland after the commercial break. 2 spares, 2 strikes. I think their total looks now 647, like with all those marks working.
Yeah, I would say that's pretty close.
We're going to need, Carrie, we're going to need you to keep on the calculator and watch every bowler so we can let Jen and I know, or Katie and I know the scores. Because math isn't our strong suit.
Hey, I did a great job last week on the calculator.
Yeah, don't worry, Henry. It's not like I have everything else going on.
There goes Scooby-Doo again.
Yeah, I was just going to say. Great shot for Gino. Took him a little bit to get back up there.
See, my strategy worked for Gino. Right? Miss the
Great
first
house
ball,
for Jen.
pick up the spare, get the strike, just like I said.
So that match is pretty close up at the top right now. 180-6 to 162-6. Both have marks working. Gino has the strike. That's going to come down to the end, it looks like. Great shot for Mark.
Yeah, it's literally 2 pins. That's crazy.
Randy coming up.
No.
Came in with a good strike and then back-to-back head pins.
Yeah.
Not something that the team was looking for, or Randy for sure.
No. That 3-hole is having some
It's a spot.
struggles.
It's a tough spot.
It is a tough spot. But realistically, he's not that much out of that match at this point. Mike doesn't have that much of an advantage going into the last 3 frames at this point. So
No.
still anyone's game for sure.
I think maybe Randy should pitch one and then get the spare and then come back with strikes instead of another head pin. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Are we calling that like the average pro angle, or?
Yeah, that's definitely an average pro angle.
Okay.
You punch 2 head pins in a row. I mean, what are the odds you're going to get the third one? But let's not take the chance anyways.
Yeah, fair.
Why live life on the edge?
No.
I think every coach in Canada would definitely agree with you, Henry, on that strategy.
So if Chad rips this other 3-pin, we're going to have a T-shirt for that next half.
Next time, yeah.
See, and that's
Yeah.
one I would buy for sure.
Yeah, I would make sure that Carrie has a 3-pin t-shirt.
And he misses the T-shirt option. It's too bad.
Great shot from Anthony.
I am taking notes and writing down everybody's name who gets, that's down or takes a 2-pin. And I'm going to send him a friend request and then show him the T-shirt.
Sell him a T-shirt.
Yeah. This is great because this is the other division. They don't even know who we are.
So that match in the 4-hole is pretty close too. Anthony with 145, it looks like, in 7 with a spare, and 156 to Chad. So Anthony has a little bit of an advantage going into the last 3 frames. Jen throws a big strike to come back, so they're going to walk out of that frame with 4 marks. Jeff throws a big strike. They've got 3 going. It's going to be a tight match, I think.
That was a big strike by Jeff after, his last frame. Get back on it. And
I like this scoring system on Dynamite, all these little things at the bottom.
Yeah, it gives you the statistics and all that stuff.
Can't see what all of it says, but just enough information to get in my head and make me overthink things when I'm playing.
Just enough information to get you in trouble.
Yeah, 100%. Gino comes back, throws a big double.
And are you telling me my strategy was wrong with Gino? That's 2 strikes in a row.
That's going to help him out with Jana punching an 8. She cleans it up. Those are big pins there.
Yeah, especially as close as these teams are.
Right.
Sean's come off the bench and he hasn't really looked all that comfortable other than his 1 strike there. He looks like he's just
Timing's just a little bit off. Hasn't quite settled in to find it yet. The thing with Sean, though, is once he finds that timing, let's get on a roll.
Yeah.
We've seen that happen multiple times.
Find Sean gets just a little, I wouldn't say complacent but lays the ball down a little bit, trying to keep his speed down, and he misses left a lot. That's
maybe someone should get the guy Maybe someone should get him a watch so we can find some timing because he's off a little bit.
Okay.
Your dad jokes are still incoming in game one here.
Thought we put the halt on those.
Hey, no, that was earlier. It's 9:40
Oh, okay.
now. We're all had a cup of coffee.
We're all awake now. Got it. So that's going to give, with Sean missing, in that Mark is definitely going to have the advantage, and that's going to help with team total as well. Those are big pins. Mike goes up, throws a strike, so he's going to take advantage in his match by quite a bit. Anthony throws another great shot, just can't get the corner to fall.
Chad got a good hit there. Push through
Chad
for the
got
corner.
one corner to fall.
Chad and Anthony and are getting T-shirts.
Anthony,
Henry,
no
Aaron
doubt.
wants to know if you have a t-shirt for 3 head pins in a row.
No, because we don't get that. We always pitch on the third one.
Yeah, that's your
That's
strategy.
our strategy.
2 head pins, miss left.
All right, take your pick. Is that there's a nice shot by Jen. Is that Aaron Arnett that was commenting? I can't see the comment.
No, Aaron, how many?
Oh. I spared for Aaron last Thursday. That's when I had to buy Carrie his beer.
Yeah, we got the delight of hanging out with you all night.
No, you spent a lot of time with me this week.
I know, and then I'll see you again tonight at bowling.
Oh, you're coming to bowling. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're coming to bowling.
I told you this, yeah.
Maybe Carrie could send $10 his way and buy me a beer too while he's at it.
Does that say 734 for Heartland for total? Is that what we're looking at?
7:31, it looks like.
731 after 8, or after 8. They have 2 doubles working, a strike and a spare. Over on the other side, we've got a double and a spare working, and a total of I don't know where to look.
871.
I saw it not that long ago. 871. That could be it. Yes, 871.
871.
You're welcome. 876 now.
So
My job's done
Heartland
for this
definitely has
cast.
more marks, but a little bit up in total on Dynamite.
Hopefully I relayed all the information to the team manager. So we have Gino with 162, 2 strikes working, Bev 130, Mike 141 with a strike working, Anthony 173 with a spare working, Jen 125 with a double working.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bev is Sean.
Sean.
731. Obviously, with all those marks, they are not counted in the team totals, so where they are on Dynamite side.
Yeah.
I
Great shot by
won't
Mark.
mention that Gino got a turkey there after the pitch out strategy.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
that's
just
a tough
misses the
miss.
spare. So still definitely going to win his match because Bev and Sean's game can only get up to 1. Don't tell me I know it. 220, right? Not anymore.
Was that a
because
question?
Yeah, it
Is
was
that
a question. Before that frame, they could get to 220. So he's won that match already.
I think more people must be coming into Heartland. Their Wi-Fi is getting a little choppy.
Did Heartland have their pep rally event? Was it last week? Does anybody know?
No idea.
I think it was last week.
Or Friday night?
I know Heartland had their Pins game last night, their Pins game tournament. I couldn't tell you who won or anything. I haven't seen any posts of that, but I do know one of my friends, Jake Newton, went down there. He was at the Tour Championship. Doesn't really bowl at all. He won their D division. So
Oh.
good
Oh
for
wow!
him.
Congratulations.
Won a whole cool $75.
That's more than the average pros have won.
Oh, a little misstep by Anthony. He's been throwing great shots.
Looks like the Nerds might be getting to a couple of these guys.
I think we've
Game.
seen this before, that Heartland, like I know even last season, there's been a lot of times where they've been down kind of at that halfway mark, and then all of a sudden they come out from the commercial break just firing lights out. There's so much experience and tournament drive on that team that they just kind of, they know when they need to turn it on and
Mm-hmm.
know how to get the job done and finish it. So you can never feel too comfortable when you're
I wish there
playing.
was a switch for bowling that I could just flick on and off. I'm sure most people are like, I wish there was a switch for Henry we could shut on and off, but there isn't.
I mean, on this program there is.
Yeah.
It's called mute.
That's a good point. Then I'll log into the chat and start chatting there.
We don't have to read it.
I was just going to say, then I guess you could choose to read it or not. That's
Yeah.
fine.
A lot of control over here.
That's why they'll never put me in your position, Carrie.
So it looks like we have 897 for Heartland.
912.
912.
907, sorry.
907.
Yeah.
And the double working at the top, 2 spares. Jeff's looking
That's
to
it.
throw.
That's a triple at the top.
Yeah, but there's only the double still working.
Oh, okay. I guess. I just seen 3 strikes. I got all excited. Looks like Dakota's just slowed down a little bit there in their last frame.
I think they're just making a score correction. That was Chad on the lane who just cleaned up a 15. So Jeff will be looking to get out of this frame. Right now they're working with no marks. So he's going to really want to throw that strike right now. Just to give him something going into frame 10. Oh, that's a tough frame 9.
969. So it's going to be pretty close going into
It
10
is
here.
pretty close, yeah. $30, $60. Yeah, it's actually like pretty much neck and neck at this point when you count in the marks for Heartland.
Yeah, because they got an extra 75 points already counted, right? So they're
Yeah.
at 982.
Yeah, and Dakota's going to be at 979 or something like that.
It's a good
Wow.
cleanup by Jeff.
We got
there.
ourselves a match here, guys.
Yeah. 982 for Heartland Kingpins with marks counted in to 979 for the Dynamite. The Dynamite
No
have
marks
no
working.
marks working. Yeah.
Oh, that was a great shot by Jana. Just didn't get the corner to fall. Gino's taking his time.
And he knows
Time
this one's a
violation.
big one.
Foul.
Oh, that's big. Gino getting that strike. Jana missing the spare. So Heartland's going to take that first match. 245 for Jana. She played a really great game, like all the way through. She was making her spares, getting her strikes, ran into some trouble in frame 8 with a couple head pins, 8 and 9, and then just that miss spare in 10.
Miss spare.
She played a great game.
Yeah.
Mark
Yeah,
throws a
Jana's
great
always been
strike
really
there. Like that was just like a really steady game the whole way through.
Do we have a timer on Gino right now?
I was going to say Dakota's not wasting any time. They're going up throwing their own game.
Yeah, it's smart for them.
$255 for Mark, so he's going to easily take that game from Bev and Sean. If Gino throws the 5 in a row, that's going to be massive for team total.
Yeah, that's huge. Even though after the first 2 matches it's 1-1, Gino's putting such a huge amount on team total here.
Yeah. Randy finally gets the strike. He's celebrating.
I wonder if they did, had a drink before the game, loosen themselves up a little bit more.
I don't know about the rest of the
Well,
team, but
later.
maybe Jeff Bond, maybe.
Yeah. Len Ansa saying Dynamite did not have a lot of success after the commercial break. That's kind of what we were saying, was who is that commercial break going to mess with? Because they had some momentum going in before that. And when we
That's
came
down.
back from the commercial, Heartland just kind of took over. They got the momentum going, and Dynamite just couldn't really seem to get anything rolling.
Well, looks
That's
like Gino
probably
threw 6 in a
Gino-
row.
That's probably Gino's best game out of both seasons.
I would think, yeah, in Pro League.
Well, I guess he's going to want me to commentate every time he bowls, eh?
Maybe he's just going to hire you for your professional coaching services.
Hey, it worked.
Randy found his groove. He throws the turkey in 10. Sean misses left again.
They're going to have a couple hours to think about who they're going to be putting it back into this lineup.
Yeah. Because realistically, when we look at this, like, there's not a lot of big, like, Gino threw really well. Jen's throwing pretty good, but those middle 4 players that we saw for Heartland, it's a little,
Yeah, it's a little shaky.
little flat.
Is Heartland the one that's bowling the after 2 hours, or is it
Yeah.
Dakota?
Oh, it's Heartland.
It's Heartland, okay.
Dakota is playing back to back.
Right now,
Yeah.
okay. I was going to say that's probably going to be a benefit to them, just because
To
they're
regroup.
now loosened up, they're ready to go.
Yeah.
Heartland outside of Gino, they're a younger group.
Yeah.
2-1 after the first 3 matches for Heartland.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's a big punch by Mike.
Good thing he secured it, but it did not help team total there. So Heartland has 1,099 with 1 mark working. And it looks like the Dynamite have 1,097 with only 1 player left. So looking like team totals kind of out of hand here. Yeah, especially with that strike by Anthony. So at the moment, it is 6-1 for Heartland, and that last match is kind of up in the air here.
Up in the air.
Yeah, Heartland's Wi-Fi is getting punished right now.
Yeah. They must have had the YBC kids all show up, log on to play some video games. Nice player to finish off.
11:59.
I'm sure a lot of those bowlers on Dakota would like to have a redo, a couple frames back, but that's kind of how this format goes. You get one game, you don't get a redo now. You got to go all in.
Yeah, but realistically, for their first game out, getting used to the format, getting used to playing on a camera again, because some of these players, if they haven't been playing these big events in the last few years, this is fairly new to have a live stream on you. Like, it's a different kind of feel. So first game, you get out, you get a couple points off of a veteran team or 1 point off the veteran team, and you move on to the next game and
Right.
focus
Yeah,
on
they
that.
can't sit
'Cause-
and dwell on it. The game's over. It's over. It's look what you did good and forget about what you did bad. And I mean, obviously, everybody just wants to throw strikes. That's the whole name of the game. But sometimes it
Right.
don't work that way.
Yeah. Jen through 230.
Yeah, 235. So 1194 to 1127 for Heartland Kingpins for a 7-1 win. If the team managers want to jump in here quick, we'll do a little post game. Completely up to them.
Maybe they want to. Maybe they don't.
They might
Over on
not.
our other stream, it looks like Next Gen just took 5-3 off of Toppler. They threw 13-11 to Toppler's 12-34. So
Jeez.
in the other division,
Home hardware division.
That's a good division. I heard some good teams over there.
It's not bad.
decent.
We'll bring in Mr. Robert Gallagher here from Heartland Kingpins.
You mean Bob?
Bob, how's it going?
It's going great. It's going
A
great.
7-1
Yes.
win.
Yeah, not too bad. A little shaky
We'll bring
there. Little.
not too bad. Jim, how was Dakota's first game?
Well, we're not a big fan of the commercial break right now. We're moving along nicely.
Been there, been there.
Yeah.
But we're not a big fan of the commercial break right now.
I got some feedback here. Sorry about that, everybody.
Hey, hey.
Bob's out. Bob, go. He's got bad
Gotta
Wi-Fi
go.
anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's keep going, Carrie.
No, I think it was on Jim's side. Sorry about that, everybody. We'll try and get that all figured out here. And
I thought it was on my side.
no, you're all good. So what we'll do is we'll just roll into our commercial here, and we'll start the next match. Jim will obviously have you back here for the interviews. Bob, we'll see you in a couple hours.
Yep, beer and juice. Here we go.
That's my kind of team.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centers across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
All right. We'll we'll get our next match going on here. So without further ado, we have Jimmy Llewellyn once again from the Dakota Dynamite. And we'll let her introduce herself. I don't know if I have the information for this, but from the Van Island Pin Slayers, we have... Oh, I don't know if we can hear you. No, unfortunately, we can't hear you. I'm not sure if you have your mic muted on your side.
Do you have her muted? Carrie, Katie did that last time because
I do not have her muted.
Wow, throw me under the bus, Henry.
No worries, this stuff happens. No pressure. Maybe we'll go through Dakota Dynamite's lineup, since you guys are the away team for this one, Jimmy.
Sure can. We're starting with Jenna again on top, and we're going with Robert, Randy, Scott, and Jeff, and Mark's not eligible this time, and Tyler and Chad on the bench.
So the return of Robbie Shanis to the competitive scene.
I would have liked to get him in that third spot last game there, but no double spare. But he's nervous as heck too, Robert Shanis.
I love it. I love it. He'll show up and play so strong. No worries there. So unfortunately, we still can't hear you. So maybe we'll just have you write it in the chat, your guys' lineup, and we'll go through it when you guys get started here. We'll just jump into the match. So best of luck to you guys, and play well.
Okay.
Good luck.
All right.
Good luck.
All right. So here we go. Two brand new teams to the league. Dakota got their feet wet, unfortunately, with a loss there. But now we got the Van Island Pin Slayers. I'm sure this is going to be an unbelievable match.
I like their logos, the Van Island logos. That's the first time I really got a good look at it.
So we'll have Henry. You can do the Dakota Dynamite this time around.
Okay.
Henry loves
reading. I'm on a first name basis. I love reading.
Let's bring it up here. Come on.
Okay, we've got Mark, Tyler, Chad, Jana, Randy, Scott, Robert, and Jeff. And Jim is the manager. And I can't remember who's on the bench.
No worries. And Katie?
Over on the Pin Slayers, Kim and Sean, Trent, Adam, Dawn, Hank, Carol, Morgan, and manager Yvonne.
Perfect. So that was beautiful Yvonne on our screen. Unfortunately, we couldn't hear her. So their lineup is Trent, Dawn, Jim, Carol, Sean, and Adam is on the bench.
I want to see Hank bowl.
When the teams are ready, we're ready to rock and roll.
So with these two being both brand new to the league, but Dakota having the game last time, they might have had a little bit of an advantage because they've kind of got their feet wet, settled in.
Yep, for sure.
We'll see how Van Island comes in. It's nice to see that we have like a team out from all the way out west.
Yeah, that's quite the difference.
I'm going to assume they're from Vancouver Island, but yeah, I didn't want to be the obvious guy.
The assumption, the guy that assumes everything.
I was wondering what Van was short for.
Could be Vanderhoof.
Could be, but maybe not.
Vanderhoof's out in Prince George or out in BC. More central. It's not really an island, but if you ever been to Vanderhoof, it's kind of an island.
All right, Jana comes out with a strike. She's still plugging away at the middle. Rob, we didn't get to see last game, right? He was on their bench last game.
That's right.
All that sitting around was good for Rob.
Yeah.
Refresh Van Island
I
player
think,
count here. Get a little bit
I
smooth.
like how he made the comment of he couldn't put the double pull in 3 because we had that question come up last week of could you pull in one hole and then pull that sub for the other sub? So sometimes that may be what you want to do, but you just can't.
That decision was made the week prior to that in one of Daryl's commentary matches, and made the decision that you can't do that. I would have loved to see a double pull. Why not?
Yeah, like if that's who you want to pull.
Yeah.
Who made that rule?
Oh, you
Let's have a
suck,
talk
you
with that
suck
guy.
too. Reset that play.
I feel like we could say that because like it'd probably be us getting the pull, like the double pull on our team carry. So
Oh, for sure. I want
one
that
goes
option
in.
because it could happen on our team fairly often.
oh, 100% it could happen on our team fairly often.
Well, I guess that's where it's the manager's job to decide which one can come off the bench. Because if you come off the bench and you still suck, maybe you shouldn't have been on the bench in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just can't wait till our next January match when I get to start off the bench, and then I know at least if I get put into the game, then I can't get double pulled. Now that this
That's
decision
true.
has been made.
Once you're in, you're in, and there's no going back on that.
You're finishing it. I wonder how many matches Tim is going to complete this year.
He's 1 for 1 right now.
Yeah.
Oh, so he
I'm
started
0 for
one
2,
game.
so like there's that.
Sorry, Katie.
Oh no,
I'm
she
just lucky
completed
that I
both
was the
games.
only girl there. So
So you bowled the whole game. That's what I'm wondering. Like, did Tim? How many games did he bowl last year? Start to
Well,
finish.
when he
1,
decided
2?
to show up, you mean?
Right.
Come on, baby.
Well, Sunday mornings aren't good for him because he was usually taking a bus back from Red Deer, wasn't he?
That could be.
got a few corner pins going on that Vancouver Island side. Left to start the game. Trent missed his, but Jim spared or Don spared, right?
Yeah.
There's just
missed.
another miss.
So, question for you:
Jim.
do we know what pin bases are at the Van Island? I knew you guys didn't know that one.
No,
I know,
that
it
one,
just seems like a
I have
question that
never
everybody
been to
wants
the
to know.
island, so I don't know.
I've been there once. I never bowled.
Yeah, when I went to the island, I was definitely not thinking about walking into a bowling alley. So
Wow, probably hurts their feelings.
well. Great
Wasn't
shot
a
by
shot.
Carol.
First strike.
Break the left corner pin curse over there.
The left-handed Sean Eby is up now.
Left-handed. Just pushes it.
Well, not the fastest start for Van Island, but
No.
Dakota got off to a solid start. A little bit what they were hoping for after the way they finished the last game.
Yeah. They have what, 2 strikes, 2 spares over on Dakota side?
Correct. Yeah.
All right.
All right. That first frame jitters is out of the way.
All right, Jenna. Keep it going now, girl. Keep it going now. Great shot of yours. Yes, baby.
Great shot. Oh, I thought that was a spare. See, that's, you know what? I had coaches in YBC tell me all the time that if you miss, you have to throw the shot inside because the pocket shot will work every time. It doesn't. There's a prime
No.
example.
Those 8 counts.
I would much
It's
rather.
a penalty shot.
Yeah, I would much rather throw and have the potential to miss again than to throw and get that corner hang.
I
Hate
think
it.
that it depends. If you're working on, like, say, a strike, the count is the far better option, even though. Wrong.
What are the odds I'm going to miss twice?
We've seen a
let's
few
leave that one
5
alone.
whiffs today, so the option is out
Right?
there.
Yeah, we've seen a few. We've only watched one match.
Yeah, that's fair, I guess. It's a bold strategy, okay? But like,
Yeah.
you got to live on the edge. You got to risk it to get the biscuit.
That's true. So if people don't know Robbie Shanis was probably number 1 bowler in Canada there for a stretch of years. He was winning pretty much every cash tournament. He was winning national events, and yeah, and he took some time off bowling, works at a bowling center now, and he's just getting his feet wet again. I think he joined competitive league last year, starting to play competitive again, and it's great to see him back out on the lanes.
You know, maybe this, you know, the pro league format has helped bring back some bowlers that have taken some time off. Because even last week, there was a guy that hadn't even bowled nothing and just happened to show up to bowl pro league, and he decided bowling again. I can't remember his name, so yeah, maybe it's helped bringing back some of the elite competition. These guys have been bowling for many years that were really good and just decided to take some time off because bowling kind of got a little stale there for a while in the early 90s, I think, after TSN dropped.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right, Henry. Like when TSNs and CBCs was dropped, and the cash tournaments were still going, but they were having like a few 100 entries and stuff like that. Everything was kind of slowing down, and now seeing competitive bowling making a real comeback, and with the cash tournaments, and now this 5PL league, and now you start seeing the old faces, the glory day 80s and 90s players. Yeah, they're showing up again. So
it's awesome to see. Like, I mean, tournaments that are getting 300 plus entries in it, or, I mean, maybe that's why they're like, oh, 300 plus entries to go bowling. I could, maybe I can make $6,000-$7,000 in a weekend. You know, that's a big chunk of money.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll bring out the competitive bowler, anyways. Maybe the average bowler, has been doing it. Didn't matter but I didn't do the tournaments, right? A lot of our bowlers didn't, so we didn't. We're in for the league, but yeah, I think it's a great, the 5-pin PL, the competitive bowling, the tournaments, being able to travel across the country for the last this year, anyways.
All right, Jana.
You're right, Len. It was Curtis Deering that Henry was talking
Curtis
about.
Deering, that's the one, exactly. It was like, wow, it just shows up, and he bowled really well too.
He did.
Yeah, that's never bowled, man. Well, he bowled years ago.
So Dakota had another strong frame, all marks, and Van Allen 3 marks out of the 5. So they're starting to get some momentum.
Some steam.
Did the Slayers have 2 subs available or just the 1?
They have 1.
Okay. That might make a difference for the coach if he wants to make an early pull or hold
They
tight for a
just
little bit.
have Adam on the bench.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, there you go, Katie. He threw it on the outside and still got the left and 2 pin out.
It's true, he did.
Your strategy
happened
went
both
right out
ways.
the window.
I don't know then. There's just, maybe we all should just stop missing the middle.
Probably
Avoid the
not
penalty.
wrong.
Great shot over by Randy.
Yeah, I think Dakota's looking a little more comfortable, a little more, oh, we've done this. This is how this works.
Yeah.
The same as the Snowmen last week, right? They came out, kind of did the same thing, but then the last game they shot really well after sitting around for 3 hours or 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's a good cleanup.
Work it, baby, work it.
Oh. Kim having back-to-back corners. Now it's time for a strike.
Big five, buddy, big five, boy. Big five, there's Scott. Come on now.
Len, don't throw that out there. He says Dakota's still fearing the commercial break. Wrong.
No, he's not wrong.
We all know the commercial break is make or break it for teams, but
I didn't mind it, honestly.
there were many times last season that the Dream Crushers would come out and throw like 4 head pins in frame 6.
Yeah.
It
It
just
messed with
always
us.
seems to happen.
I think you're just so used to you're in your little zone, you're in your rhythm, whether it be a 5-player team, a 3-player team, you get used to that rhythm, and pausing for 4 minutes or 3 minutes just seems like, no, let's just keep going.
Yeah.
Especially if your team's done early, like we've seen a couple of where, the team's done early and now they got to wait for commercial break plus wait longer because they were finished, waiting for the other team.
Yeah. And like if
That's
your
a big-
team is really on a roll, it's like you
Right.
don't want to stop that, right? But don't have a choice. Got to play the ones that pay the bills.
I found with us just a little bit of the pause, take your breath, let's think about what we're doing, and then bam, you're back at it. For me, I bowl in a 3-player league on Sunday nights, and it's so quick and so fast. You don't have that reset time. And my average is quite a bit lower than the Thursday league, where it's a 5-player team. You could sit down, you can relax, and you get up. And I like the bit of time in between. My average is quite a bit difference between the 2 leagues.
Yeah. Just with the timing and the pacing of the play.
Mm-hmm.
Work it, baby.
Well, they liked it as soon as he
Dakota's-
let go of that one. You could hear
Yeah.
them all. Kim looking to double up, keep the strikes rolling for the Pin Slayers.
What do we think of the team's new names, the Dakota Dynamite and the Van Island Pin Slayers?
I like them.
I think Van Island might be a little bit long of a name. The Pin Slayers is awesome. Their logo looks really good. I like it.
Yeah, no,
Double
I think
D.
the double D, Dakota Dynamite.
Yeah, the double D.
I think that
Everybody likes double Ds.
Okay. This is a family show, Henry.
What are you guys even talking about?
Uh-huh. I think that like everybody has been like all the team names are really good and all the logos that were done just fit so well for the league.
Yeah. BPG did an amazing job keeping I guess a theme of the logos and stuff like that. They're all, not saying they all look the same, but you can just tell they're all part of something, right?
Part of the league, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think they've done a good job, and the jerseys are super comfy. It's not like they're uncomfortable to wear while you're bowling, and no.
Wow, I like that. Len says the Van Island Pin Slayers are the VIPs.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
See,
There we go.
Len, I was going with the double
wonder if
Ds. I thought that was better.
I wonder if they like plan that. We'll have to ask them.
Good question. Let's ask them.
I'll leave that in your guys' department.
Carrie's busy trying to unfuzzy screens and stuff.
And block inappropriate comments.
I was just going to say, did we see the inappropriate comments coming up in the chat?
Oh, is it in the chat? Come on, I want
Yeah.
to. I want to
It's
see the
probably
chat.
because someone started talking about double D's.
No, we're not. I don't even know what that means. But how come I can't see the
Oh,
chat?
okay.
This is
Because you have it on full screen. That's why. All right, couple open frames for the Dakota Dynamite. Jeff's
Back
going to
to
look to
bowling.
double up here and get their team rolling from the bottom. Sean's looking to get a spare to get 3 marks out of this frame for the Vancouver Island. Did it go? See?
oh man.
There it is again.
Inside 8.
The inside 8. It's terrible. Worst shot in bowling. I stand by that. Oh, and Jeff misses his spare. So both teams are just going to be working with a strike at the top. Jana has a double working, so they have a little bit of a mark advantage, but total wise, things are pretty close. 385, 384 for the pin slayers.
386.
Oh, so close.
How'd you get the 4 out of
I
the
can't
6,
even
though?
read this. Yeah, I can't even read the screen like when I'm playing Thursday night. So
Hmm.
the fact that I'm that close, we're doing good.
Well, it looks like a good shot. That is.
Oh, she's okay with
down.
it. She's like, I will take that.
I think it was leaning.
No.
Pretty sure it was. Oh, see?
Oh, and Trent comes back with a punch.
He was finally looking, getting his things going, getting rolling again, and I think that's probably the most frustrating thing in bowling. You get your strike, you're feeling good, and then boink, you punch.
Great shot by Rob.
Big double up there.
Big.
They'll help them stay close.
Yeah. Oh, and Kim gets the strike.
Another big shot.
Yeah, she's thrown 5 great shots.
Is this the point
Few
where
corners
Dakota
in
starts
there.
looking up at the score going, oh, dang, we're in frame 5?
No, they've learned
Oh.
from the first game.
I think that's a couple bowlers we see. They drop to a knee at the foul line when they think they're really close. I'm going to try that on tonight. See if it
Yeah.
helps.
Can't wait to watch you fall over.
I'm about 3 feet back from the foul line. I'm not worried about that. I'm only 4 foot tall, so I'd never roll over the foul line anyways. Jeff was thinking about the 5th frame here.
So each team's going to get out of this with a double working. They both have strikes.
Come on, guys.
I think Van Island, their Wi-Fi, because they're so far away, it's probably just taking a little bit of time to transmit back to Alberta, maybe.
Is that how Wi-Fi works?
Yeah.
Yeah, Wi-Fi works that way.
Oh.
The video feed was good, and then it's just, it's stuck in space there for a bit.
481 looks like their total is.
That's what it looks like to me, yeah. With 4 strikes.
All right. We'll so 481 for the Pin Slayers to Dakota's, can't quite read that, 5.
We'll be able to see it at the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll run our commercial break and bring the next half of this match.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centers across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
All right, here we go. Second half of the
Back
match.
at it.
Try and get their screen a little clearer there for you guys. Cool.
You hear them. Oh, we're back. Let's go. Don't pause anymore. Come on, let's fire this up. Let's see how Dakota comes out of the break. Maybe that'll be good for Van Island to take a breather there.
Yeah, Jana came back with a strike after
there
the
she
commercial
goes.
break.
Look at that.
She was ready for it this time.
So during the commercial break, do you, as a players, do you guys throw a couple balls in the other lane just to keep warmed up a little bit? I mean, a commercial break's only like a minute long. It's not like you're sitting around for 10, 15 minutes.
I know our team did a few times, like in the commercial break, especially the people on the bench would go warm up.
Right.
But other than that, no, I didn't
not
see
really.
it too often. Yeah.
No.
Maybe Katie might have been, left in the game a little bit longer.
I don't get pulled. I was the only girl
Katie
there.
never gets pulled, so.
Oh.
There's a lot of times Katie should get pulled, but we just don't have the other option available that
Maybe
day.
you should throw a couple warm-ups so you shouldn't get pulled, even though you should.
Maybe.
I feel like
I only have so many good balls a day, though, so we can't waste them on warm-up.
I feel like even those first 2 matches this year, even though Katie didn't get any wins, she was still not the worst player on the team. So
Oh,
the option
it
to pull
happens.
wasn't there.
There's the turkey after the commercial break. Oh, you thought that was a better ball. Another pull.
Tyler going in for Randy.
So just before the commercial break, Chad was going to go in for Jeff. Now, Jeff had punched his last frame in 5. Would you not maybe have gotten, Chad to throw a ball or two? I guess they're warming up on the sideline. It really didn't make that big of a difference, but.
Yeah, I think in this format, it doesn't really make too much of a difference because they can be warming up over
Right.
on the other set. If it was a tournament where they aren't able to do that, I would definitely say, if you know that you're going to make that pull anyway, give that player a couple balls just to kind of get comfortable on that set. And then that way, when they come in for the next frame,
They're ready to
they're
go.
ready to go.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
If you're already throwing balls on the other lane, it's not like you're cold off the bench.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think this format, it's not as crucial to make that pull at the beginning of the frame as it is in some formats, but
That's a slow rolling ball. Carrie's obviously behind the scenes working really hard, trying to keep things moving.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
No, hey, we're just here to fill airtime.
Just working on getting the next match all prepped and ready.
ready to go.
Yeah, for any of those who
Right.
don't know, there is way more work behind the scenes, and it's not just a matter of taking your cell phone out and aiming it down the lane and we're ready to go. There's a lot more involved. I would never have thought that. I was always the guy in the background that assumed just grab your camera and aim it at the lane. What's the big deal?
Yeah, you kind of, when you're watching at home, you think it's just pretty simple, but
Oh my goodness.
the time and work that goes into getting all the overlays and cameras and everything going, it's quite extensive.
And it's hard because not everybody has the same camera set up or same quality camera or the same Wi-Fi or the same. Yeah, it's like herding cats, Carrie, as I would say.
Yeah, that's pretty nicely.
Yeah, exactly what it is. I'm a contractor. I deal with people all day, and some of those people I don't want to deal with. These at least are all my friends, and they're still hard to deal with. Like, seriously.
Come on.
Great strike over on Vancouver Island.
The score is a little bit hard to read over on Vancouver Island.
Yeah, I'll see if I can clean that up here a little bit.
I think maybe there's they're so close to the ocean, the water is absorbing the signal. Maybe
Wi-Fi.
It must be it. It must be it.
I think there's a big mountain range blocking it. That must be it.
Oh. So
Good.
Dynamite
Good.
is still throwing those marks. Randy has the head pin in 7.
Big spare for Van Island
Over
there.
on the pin slayers, they're getting some marks up on the board in frame 7. Capitalizing on all those strikes they had in 6. Kim looking to get back in the black.
I think we need to have one player on each team mic'd up. Gary, can you make that work?
No, I can't make that work.
You can't even get the teams to get their cameras up. Never mind. Mic'd up
Yeah.
player. I think it'd be fun though.
There's
Just to hear
options. There is a way to do it. I just don't trust anybody to make it happen easy. Is
Or
that fair?
to keep it PG. Yeah, that's fine. I get that. I think it would be kind of interesting, like, maybe you would have a coach that would be, talking to the players. I think some of that is different strategies.
Would be interesting to hear.
Yeah, just our strategy isn't to encourage. We've got a guy on our team that is basically like, you suck, throw a better ball, and it seems to work. So we just keep rolling with it. That was a good
Great strike over on the Pinslayers. Double for Carroll.
You sound so distraught, Henry. Is it a long day already?
What time is it? Oh, no, I was looking at the guy, sending you a message. Can't he figure anything out himself? It's okay, you can't hear him.
Oh.
He's not in our feed.
I see what you're saying.
Inside joke. Sorry, everybody. I've been a thorn in his butt the whole year, so. We have
At least they're getting things ready ahead of time.
True.
Yeah.
We have a saying on our team: more options. Before we agreed on the logo, we went through like 10 or 15 logos, and then we went through the T-shirts, and then there was like 7 or 8 T-shirts with 10 or 12 colors. So, yeah, we just want more options.
Make it difficult for everyone over there.
That's what we do. We're heading into frame 8.
Here we go. That was a great strike.
I think frame 8 for me is the frame that really sets me up. If I have a tough frame 8, not that I get down, but it's tough to mentally go, okay, that's okay. You still got 9 and 10. Like frame 8 is the one that sets you up. If you throw a good frame 8, you get your strike. You're okay. Now we can really make this score go.
I always used to feel that way, that like frame 8 and 9 were so big, and like that was always kind of what was drilled in me. And then I actually recently was having a conversation with someone that told me to think about it not so much as frame 10 and the beginning of the game, but 7, 8, 9. That there was so many points that you could get in 7, 8, 9 that could just set your game up. And even playing, there was a few games that I had like 111 and 6, and then could still finish with like a 250, 260 when I threw the strikes in 7, 8, 9. Like they're just such big frames, and it's kind of shifted my thinking a little bit about that middle of the game stretch.
I think most bowlers aren't up there going, I can just kind of goof around. Oh shoot, it's frame 8. I really got to turn this on. I got to watch what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think most people are up there every frame going, okay, what are you doing? What are you doing? But maybe there's that little extra focus, just that little bit more. I really got to stay down in my shot. I really got to reach out for my shot. Whereas if you could do that every frame, well, then you could be a pretty good bowler, I guess.
Yeah, like wouldn't it just be so nice if we could just throw good shots every frame? Wow, what a concept that would be.
Right? I just want to throw a good shot like half the frames. The other half we can fake it.
Yeah.
These scores are tough to read there, Carrie. You're gonna have to start.
Yes,
No, I
they
got him.
are.
158 for Trent, 211 for Dawn, Kim at 143, Carol at 155 with a double work in, and at the bottom 163, I think, with a spare. Look at me. I got you.
You're good. Good.
Chop for Carol.
Yeah, I've noticed that the computer that I have that's running the OBS, the back end stuff, I have to log in to restream with it as well. It seems a lot clearer than the computer that I'm just commentating on. So I'm not sure why the issue is, and maybe Henry, you're having kind of the same issue I am, and maybe Katie's having a bird. I'm not too sure. This restream program that we use is a little bit different than StreamYard that we use on the other one. So maybe those are just little issues we're having between the two different programs. But yeah, the Van Island stuff coming in is sometimes a little hard to read.
Because there's mountains.
Yeah, the mountains. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've only got my iPad, and obviously when I logged in today, I had used my headphones for the podcast and had no issues until, well, I did have a little issues, but then once I switched over to the other headphones, they worked fine. And yet this morning, they were really choppy, and I had to go to my daughter's iPods or AirPods or whatever these things are.
Yeah. So after frame 8, we have 892 for the pin slayers. Looks like.
I think so.
I think it just changed.
They're working with one strike and a couple spares. Van Island.
900. They have 900.
That's a big turkey going into 10. Big spare to
I could
keep
hear
it.
them celebrating before I could see it, but
Big spare trying to keep them
looks like a good
close.
shot.
She's going to need to throw a couple more marks on that to keep them in the match.
Yeah. Oh, and Cherry's the 3-pin. Another great shot over on the Dynamite. It's got a great game going.
Bear with us, people. That's a big spare. Came with the strike. Maybe Carrie's watching videos right now. Get off of YouTube, Carrie.
I wish. At least I'd have an excuse.
Right? Looks like Double D's got, was that 3 marks to start off so far this frame?
Spare and then 2 strikes.
Oh,
Spare and 3 strikes.
another strike for VIPs.
Wow, everybody's like coming into 10 hot.
That's nice. I like to see that.
Yeah. Chad up on the lane. He was subbed in for Jeff a few frames ago, looking to finish the frame off.
It looked like a nice
And
ball.
he gets the strike. Great frame for the Dynamite.
Yeah, that's a huge frame nine.
And there's
And
another strike
over
for
on the
VIPs.
pin
Eh?
slayers,
Strikes
so
everywhere.
they're going to be, there's, yeah, we've got a lot of
great.
strikes working in 10.
Yep.
So after frame 9, trying to refresh their score here for everybody. 30.
All right, Big 10 here.
Big finish.
Work it. Come on, work it up.
Gonna
A
say,
little bit of a miss over there for Jana.
looked like when it came out of her hand, it was off to the right just a little bit.
Yeah, and almost like she tried to steer it back with her follow through, but Trent misses as well. Shanna misses the spare, gets the count. 53,
Can Trent still-
83. So Jan is going to take game 1, or the first match.
That's the tough part. You set yourself up real good in 9, and then come out and a couple misses. First 2 bowlers and see if that looked like a good ball. Yeah, right out of his hand. Looked good. He's a strike on that one. Oh, I thought he got the strike on that. That one I can see the 2 pins standing there. That's down. Give him a shirt. Looked like it was right over his mark. Got the spare. Got a strike on that spare.
Robbie, 363 coming back.
Wow.
Great game.
And he was nervous, right? Wow.
And he has the nerves, yeah.
Yeah, it's always those nervous guys.
So Dynamite have the first 2 matches already.
Man, maybe if Mark was a little more nervous, he wouldn't have ripped 2 pins.
Yeah, Mr. Doss.
Yeah.
I
His nerves
think
are...
he does that whether he's nervous or not.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, the 3 pin on strike for Kim.
This match must be close.
They have 182 and 9 versus 171
Oh, and she didn't get the spare.
and 9. So it'll look like Dynamite will take game 3 as well. $212 for Dynamite and to 186 for Kim.
Yeah, 184.
184.
Oh, 186. You were right.
It's not often, but sometimes.
This one time.
This one time.
Big strike.
Big strike over
Big
on the
strike.
Dynamite lanes. Carol throws the corner, I believe.
Pretty sure I thought of that leaning. Good half.
Nice half.
This one closer than it looks.
Mm,
We're at 243. Oh, I think it is. Strike spare, it's got to be 259.
Aces on her last ball.
so she finishes with a 259?
5.
255?
Yeah. Oh, no, you're probably right. Just give a second here. 266.
Oh, no. 266 and
260,
Dynamite had
261.
Yeah.
261.
So you got a win there. And
Wow. That was a
That's
close
the
looking
first
like a
point
win
for
at the
Beck.
bottom here. Yeah. So we have a 6-2.
Yeah, it's a little better for Dakota than their first match. Well, 5 points better.
Yep. A win is huge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a. What were the team totals? Are 11? I see. Van Island's 11:35.
35, I believe. Is that what that says?
Looks like it.
And over on the Dynamite, they had an
12 and change.
Can't quite read their score. I'm not sure if it's 1194.
yeah, it looks like an 11 something to me. 1194.
It feels like I was out drinking all night.
All right. So 6-2 win for the Dynamite over the Pinslayers. We'll get their
Managers
back in here. Just minimize this.
I'm here.
Oh, hello.
I'm back.
All right.
I don't want to cover
And,
up my banner.
We'll just wait for the managers to get settled in here for a quick post, and then we'll get into our next matches.
Who's up next?
That was a good one. It came down like pretty much to the end. Both of the first two games were fairly close.
Yeah, those are huge games.
Do you have a,
really good.
Do you have a score on the other, Katie? The other matches?
I have not got the update just yet. They're typing, so potentially. Oh, they must not be done yet.
Okay.
All right, we'll bring
Good, we're cruising along.
from the Dakota Dynamite, Jimmy Llewellyn. And from the Pinslayers, we have Yvonne. Hopefully we can hear everybody now. Yvonne, you want to say something? Hopefully we can hear everybody now.
Hope so.
Yeah, perfect.
Want to come in?
Scotty, favorite guy. Maybe. So Dynamite, obviously a big bounce back game, a 6-2 win instead of your 7-1 loss. That's got to feel good for the team.
Right here, my legend.
Got quite the feedback happening now.
Obviously a big bounce back game, 6-2 win instead of your 7-1 loss. That's got to feel good for the team. So Yvonne, how did the Pinslayers? How did you guys feel after your first?
Oh, nervous to start, right? It's first
Yeah.
match. They're excited, a little nervous.
You guys obviously have a match here at a 1 hour break or whatever. Or what are you guys going to do in between your matches here? You have a match here at a 1 hour break or whatever. Or what are you guys going to do in between your matches here?
Oh, we'll just, settle down and talk about it and maybe warm up a little bit more. Get rid of some of the nerves.
Yeah.
For sure. So with that all said, obviously Jimmy, a decent day for the Dynamite. You have a win and a loss booked in already. All best of luck to you guys in the future, and great to see Rob's out on the lane, and Scotty did all right too. So
Yeah, you did all right. So, yeah, we're happy with our 7. We'll take it.
perfect. Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Jimmy. Yvonne, we'll see you in about an hour, and have a good day. All right, we'll run our commercial, and we'll get into our next matches.
Thanks, guys. Great work.
Thank you.
Sure.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centers across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
All right, going straight into our
We're
next
halfway
match
done.
here. The Mad Hatters.
Let's get it
versus
going.
The Bombers. We'll bring in the Bombers team manager here, brand new to the season, Mr. Lynn Howell. How's it going, Lynn?
Hey, everybody. I'm fine, thanks. How are you guys? You all look fairly familiar.
Seen each other a few times here lately.
I think possibly, yeah. Good morning, Katie.
Good morning.
We got, there's a little slow on the feed because after I talk is about a 5-second delay until, or Katie just didn't want to talk to me maybe.
It could
No,
be
she didn't
either.
want to talk to you.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a delay, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll bring in the team manager from the Mad Hatters here. It's Linda Stites. Hi, Linda. Her video is going a little crazy here.
I think she's stuck in the Twilight Zone.
Good morning, Linda. How are you?
We'll have to back
She's
out
in
of
the
that.
Twilight Zone, Lynn.
All this technology going on all the time is a little rough.
Did I destroy the system?
No, you're good. You're good. Maybe we'll leave Linda out for this one. Oh, maybe she got all fixed there. Hi, Linda. Can you hear us? Perfect. So obviously both teams the Mad Hatters have played some matches this year already. The Bombers, this is their first match of the season. Can we get the Mad Hatters lineup for this match?
Yes, we have David, Larissa, Dylan, JC, and Troy. And we have George and Ian.
Okay, perfect. And Lynn, as the new team manager for the Bombers, can we get your home team lineup, please?
Well, we've only got 5 bowlers today, so we're going with Bill Bradley in leadoff, Steve Cummings second, and Campbell third, Heidi Mapstone fourth, and Mark Johnstone fifth.
Perfect. So they've made it pretty easy on you this first match of the season.
Well, yeah, they said I can just set the lineup and go home, so I don't know if they would want me around.
I think that's it.
Well, we hope we can at least talk to you after the match. But best of luck to both teams, and have a great match out there.
Thanks. Good luck, Linda.
Good luck, you too, man.
All right, here we go. The Bombers' first match of the season against the Mad Hatters. We'll go through their lineups really quick. So we'll have Mr. Henry Schutz, the best job in the game. The Mad Hatters lineup, please.
Okay, JC, Larissa, David, George, Dylan, Troy, Tara, and Ian, and Linda as the manager.
Perfect. And Katie with the Bombers.
Over on the Bomber side, Daryl Bradley, Mark, Steve Cummings, Heidi Mapstone, Sean Heller, Adam Kemp, Aaron Arndt, Annette Campbell with their manager, Lynn.
Perfect.
So who's not around for the Bombers? Like they have 3 people not there. What are they doing?
Yeah, Adam Kemp isn't there.
Aaron Arndt.
Aaron?
Aaron Arndt is not there, and the other one is like I literally just read it. I should know this.
Oh, put you on the spot. Sorry.
It's a bold strategy for the first game of the season to not have any subs
Right?
available. See how that plays out for them.
And
It's
there's
like
no
Bombers.
polls. So
The Bombers have some glow lights going on behind them or something. Their score screen's got some flashy bits going on.
that's got to be the video games back there.
They're having a party over there.
Maybe after they throw a bad frame, they just go back, play some video games. So would you pull Daryl right now? Oh, they can't.
Oh, they can't. Oops.
Yeah. Good thing I'm not the coach. I've been pulling him and just having a dough score.
Riding with 4. There we go.
Oh, spring rolls for $3.95. I'm hungry.
Mad Hatter's off to a little bit of a slow start there with their first 2 players opening up.
Big start for Steve.
There we go. It seems like our score screens and our player screens are all clear this time around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to eat some discounted food items there, but you know.
Annette with a big strike to start. This is her first year with the Bombers.
A couple of good, strong women bowlers on the Bombers team, Annette and Heidi.
Yeah. I've played with both of them many times.
Just so smooth when she throws that ball.
Mm-hmm. And Johnny down at the bottom of this lineup.
Oh, good. At least we got some good graphics over there on that side. Keep the rest of us entertained.
Great frame for the Bombers, starting off with 4 strikes. So Daryl's going to be looking to carry on that momentum at the top. Troy finishing up the order over for the Mad Hatters.
Oh, just pitches. Mad Hatters are out of Lethbridge?
Yes, I believe so.
No, they're out of Medicine Hat.
No.
Oh,
I
that
knew
was
that.
my other. That's what I meant to say.
I guess that would make a lot more sense, hey?
Yeah, the Lethbridge team this year is called the Bridge City Bandits.
Oh, right. Bridge City. Okay.
Right.
You know what Lethbridge is famous for?
There's a really big bridge.
Yeah, it's the longest and tallest bridge in the world.
Really?
Is it?
It is. It's a train
No, it's
trestle,
not.
but yeah, 100% it is.
Come on. I heard it was windy there.
It is windy.
Oh, that's a nice strike.
How do you guys not know this? This is an Alberta fact.
Yeah, I did have a very good view of that bridge from my hotel room when I stayed there in June or July. July?
You don't even know when you stayed there.
I don't know. I was there for a wedding and I saw the bridge. I was like, wow, that's a really big bridge.
Oh, shoot. That was a good strike by DB to keep at least the string going.
Yeah.
And they've only bowling 1 game, so it's like you don't have time with no subs or anything. You just got to go out and throw. I guess maybe that takes a bit of pressure off, knowing if you miss, you're not getting yanked.
Not getting the pull.
Okay. No, here comes more spam on the chat line.
Dylan with the big double on the Mad Hatter side. Oh, great shot by Annette. Just doesn't get the corner to go.
Big spare there. Mad Hatters have another game, do they not? I'm pretty sure they do. Or was it just the Bombers that didn't? I should have
neither of them.
I should have the games.
It's the Pinslayers
one
and the
game each.
Heartland Kingpins.
Oh, okay. That's a tough miss by Annette.
I really love the disco lights. They just add to the whole vibe.
It's the vibe you're looking for, right?
Yeah, like it's nice. Heidi looking to double up.
Oh. The dreaded 8 count on your first ball.
I don't throw hard enough to get the 8 count on my first ball usually.
Nice, another nice shot by Heidi.
The Bombers are just making it easy on the fact that they have no subs right now.
Yeah, that's not fair.
The worst is when you have no sub and then everybody's throwing like you have endless subs.
Yeah, it's not
Nice shot
ideal.
by
So
Heidi
the
right
fact that
there.
they're not doing that is
No, they're
great.
not. They're like, well, we got no sub, so might as well just throw good.
We better throw good because there's no other options.
So one open frame for the Bombers and one open frame for Mad Hatters. That last set.
Yeah. Over on the other stream, Toppler, after losing their first game, took a 5-3 win over the Mayhem, 12:06 to 11:60. So
Over the
wow.
Motor City Mayhem, the undefeated Motor City Mayhem.
over the
Well,
Motor City
we're
Mayhem. So,
undefeated.
so Toppler lost their first one and then won their second one. So they walked out a good 8 today.
Motor City bowled so good that first weekend. No, last weekend. Man, they get to play 2 weeks in a row, and I got to wait till January to bowl our next set.
Yeah, but then at the end of the season, Henry, you get to play a whole bunch.
The Mad Hatters are playing their 5th match of the year already,
Wow.
which could be really good if you're playing really well at the start of the season.
Right.
But if your team is struggling, it could sink your whole season, right?
Yeah.
But I guess it also depends on the opponent, right? Now, early on in the season, maybe it's better to bowl your opponent because they're not comfortable. They're not, they're not into the, mid-season form, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Could be. I kind of like the way our schedule played out this year, where we had a couple matches at the start to just get into it, and then the rest at the end, because we can kind of see where points are shaking out as we end our season, right?
Yeah.
And so you get a little bit of what things are doing.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm glad that we bowled the Next Gen and Quebec the first week too. It was good to bowl 2 really strong teams. Oh, that guy needs a T-shirt. 3-3. Dylan's getting a T-shirt on next order.
Oh, I thought she had that.
Annette's got a T-shirt too coming. That's not from
Chop
us.
cherry. Chop cherry.
A chop cherry. 5 Pin already sells that.
Yep.
How are those snacks, Henry?
I'm just opening up a Bear Paw banana bread cookies because I haven't had any breakfast yet. I got up too early. These mics are so sensitive.
I see and hear everything. Just remember that.
Oh, right.
Great shot by Heidi.
Good thing I kept all my clothes on this morning.
Yeah, that was actually my biggest worry about this whole thing.
Right.
All right, Johnny's looking to keep team momentum going here. Following Heidi.
Hmm.
A little thin. You can't throw that thin shot on 15.
Yeah, that whole set is an issue. Not gonna lie.
Oh, come on, you guys.
That's why we switched over to 1 and 2. Halfway.
Well, next time we're
know the
bowling at
house. Know the house.
Next time we're bowling at the same time you guys are, we're gonna get 1 and 2.
Nah, we'll put you on 7 8.
Yeah, our team owns the bowling alley, so like, sorry.
Yeah, the Dream Crushers are really Sherwood Park's team. You guys are just there.
Yeah.
Come on. I'll
Oh,
just
Johnny
make sure
with the
George's there
miss on
before
his
you
chop
guys are there.
What was that? Sorry.
I said I'll make sure George's there before you guys get there.
I feel like we can pull a few strings.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, great
Oh, that's
shot.
a nice shot.
Lenny,
I've had
it is
lots of fingers
definitely
on
my
there. It's a
biggest
little-
worry.
Mm. It's weird seeing the scores.
Not
Oh,
guessing.
that was a nice shot.
Nice shot by Larissa. DB.
Hey, that was on the
5-8?
inside. Okay, sure. That was on the outside, I mean, Katie.
Well, he should have thrown it better. Feel like that's just like the bowling universe's way of being like, we shouldn't miss the middle on the first shot. That 8
Yep.
count on the second one.
Unless you're Gino.
It's
After
karma.
2 head pins.
Steve looking to keep the run of marks going. Dylan up on the lane for Mad Hatters. Oh, great shot.
I have a funny feeling this match is going to be pretty big.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I would agree with that.
Unfortunately, Dylan with the 3-pin, then the 3-pin. I think Henry's gotten in his head here.
He really wants a T-shirt so bad.
Oh, you got
So
the
at this
count.
point, do you think their manager is just waiting to see what Annette does in 4, knowing that he's now thrown 3 3-pins really in a row? The match is still close because Annette had a couple open frames in there and he had the double. Are we giving him a little bit of time because he did have that double, or?
Do they have both? They have both their players for pulls, don't they?
Yeah, they have 2 pulls available to them.
Yeah. Although he
I would think
started off with 2 strikes.
Yeah, he's definitely got to be the one the manager's kind of looking at. But like you said, it's kind of close still. It's maybe too early to make that pull, but
Yeah,
definitely got to be one you're watching.
keeping an eye on.
Heidi with the side miss on her triple.
Oh, and then a miss on the other side.
That was a nice frame for Matt Hatters, other than the 1 3-pin. Let's see how Johnny finishes off this 4.
Mad Hatters have 2 doubles working, strike and a spare going into 5. Whereas Bombers right now have 2 strikes working. Three strikes
Shot by
working.
Johnny. That
So
guy's pretty good,
322
eh?
for Hatters. I believe their totals are not counting the marks that they have up there.
Oh, that's down.
Yeah. Medicine Hats is not counting theirs. But it looks like the BPG Bombers definitely are.
They are, yeah. Great half by David.
Another big spare by Daryl. I think that's the first chop spare that they've got as a team. Although they only had 3 of them, but
Chop spares are big. They're momentum builders too, right? Those are tough spares.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have to throw a really good second shot for that chop spare.
Well, your mind tells you you're supposed to aim for the middle, and I know it's 2 pins there, but it's tough to go, okay, I need to hit on the side of one of those 2 pins and not the 2 pin.
You would think like a lot of people obviously play angles and stuff like that. It doesn't matter how much angle you play on. That 3 pin's just easy to cherry out.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what you do.
And sometimes, even when you hit it on the side, it still cherries it out.
Yep.
I have hit that 3 pin so far on the side. I don't know how it's missed, but yeah, it happens.
Yep.
Just rotation of the ball or whatever else. And
yeah, lots of factors involved with it for sure.
Everybody's kind of slowing down right before the commercial break.
Yeah,
Maybe it's a good strategy so they come out swinging after.
Getting into a lull here. They need, see, it's like the seniors masters, right? You need that little break halfway through.
Yeah.
That's
Guess who's
feeling
going
like
to do
out there.
seniors masters next year?
You,
Nice shot
Henry?
by Annette. I am a seniors masters next year.
It'll be fun
You're
next
gonna go
year.
out there and steal all those seniors points, aren't you?
Yeah, well, there's still people like I still see some pretty good seniors
Oh,
that can
great
compete.
shot by JC.
JC's fun to watch.
She
Not
is.
gonna
She's
lie,
got so much energy on the lane.
Yeah, she gets pumped up.
She at this last year's Open was playing on the mixed team, and just like would get super fired up like the guys.
Yeah. And she knows she's in a big match too, right? Like Heidi's a heck of a player, strong Edmonton player, always has been.
Comes
So,
out with a turkey to start.
yeah, JC knows she needs the fire, and she's got it going.
She's doing it. Yeah.
Ooh, Heidi with the
Oh,
ball side miss.
Yeah, Bombers are slowing down. They know the break's coming.
Yeah, Lenny with the question: who's going to win the commercial break sweepstakes? They both have been through it quite a few times. Bombers obviously know the commercial break is coming, so
It's the pre-lull. Maybe they'll come out after the commercial break and be fine.
a great start for Panorama. So 500, but with the everything counted in, it's 590.
Oh, wow. Nice shot by Johnny.
And
Bombers at
590 to
602.
There you go. It's a close match. All right, we'll jump into our commercial breaks, and then we'll get the second half of the match.
When you come to the Canadian Brewhouse, you'll feel right at home. We work hard to make our house your house. With an affordable menu of appetizers, entrees, desserts, beverages, and killer deals on daily specials. At our house, you never miss a play. As sports lovers, we've ensured each location includes over 50 TVs and our signature Jumbotron. The Canadian Brewhouse is the place people want to be.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centers across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
All right, second half of the match. Ooh.
Hey, Katie, did you see how that works?
Which works?
You just go right from the commercial into the lanes, not with our faces popping up there every time in between.
I did my best. I'm not a pro like Carrie is.
Nah, it's true.
He's got this down pat.
It was shocking though a couple times to be watching the screen. All of a sudden, oh
Like, no,
jeez,
no.
I'm on. Why am I on the screen? That's my face there.
Oops.
That's all good. You did an amazing job. I'm just giving you a hard time. I'm just throwing you under the bus.
That's
Yeah.
okay. You can do that.
Yeah, it was. You did a really great job being thrown under the bus at the start of the whole show. So
Yeah, I found out like 5 minutes before airtime. I'm like, okay, I'm running
Oh,
it.
that
Got
is
it.
true. Because what was Mitch like? We should fire Mitch.
No, Mitch was doing
no,
a great
we
job
should
behind
not.
the scenes.
Mitch is like, please.
Yeah, it was a good thing I didn't know that was going to happen or whatever, because Katie happens to have administrator rights to the StreamYard because she does the ladies podcast. So actually worked out all right for us. But if she didn't, there's no way that could have happened.
Yeah.
Mitch would have to do all the changing
commercials and
screens
stuff
and the
too.
commercials and everything. So no, it worked really well. I thought went really smooth. Unlike the
Besides
start
getting
of,
more screen time than you wanted, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
except for all those shocking, like, oh, here's Henry.
Yeah, that happens. That's okay.
All right, so Bombers came out with 2 marks after the commercial break. Mad Hatter started with 2 opens. We may be figuring this out.
That looks like a nice shot. Oh, just missed it. So, like, honestly, the question is, does the commercial break really mess with your guys' heads?
I think the commercial break can be a blessing or a curse, because there have definitely been times where I've been struggling before the commercial break, and then just while the commercial break is on, someone on my team will pull me and just talk to me for a little bit, or I just have a chance to kind of reset and think about it as like a new game. And then I can come out in the second half a lot stronger. But it's also messed with momentum too, sometimes, where you start really strong and come out after the commercial break and it just, you flounder a little bit, or it takes a couple frames to get back in it.
Carrie, what about you?
I enjoy the commercial break because it doesn't really matter, I guess, in what situation you're in. If you're playing well, the commercial break just gives you a little bit of breather. But if you're playing bad, it also gives you the breather to get back into it. So I think it's good either way.
I think I'd probably lean a little more towards you, Carrie, that I think the break, regardless if I'm bowling really well, I'm just like, okay, this is good. Now I can kind of take a breath and focus again. And then it's like starting again, right? For me, the continuing the frames, I'm like, oh, I'm on 3 in a row, I'm on 4, whatever it is. Whereas that's kind of like the pause and you start fresh, even though you still had lots of marks. So I think that's for me. I mean, I don't know, maybe the rest of the team, maybe not so much, but I don't know.
Yeah. I think it just depends on the player too. I just have a really weak mental game, so
No.
it can mess with me.
We'll just leave that one alone, Carrie. Okay.
Yeah, I won't touch that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Very good.
smart men over there.
Yeah, we know our role.
Mhm.
Well, looks like Mark didn't like the commercial break, but everybody else on his team did not mind it.
Yeah.
I think Mark even said that last season that he didn't enjoy the commercial break that often.
No, because there was a lot of times he would have like 4 in a row going into it, and then yeah.
Maybe he doesn't have a strong mental game.
I don't think that's the issue. I think he just it always seemed to work out that way. If it's whatever, if it was a mental break or something like that.
And Mad Hatters are walking out of that frame 6 with just 1 mark, a corner spare for Dylan.
Here we go. Len's got a great question. He realizes that the subs can be playing on another lane while the match is going on, but are other players that are in the game allowed to throw on another lane while the match is going on? No, you cannot do that. During the commercial break, it is fine, but not while the match is going on.
I don't think we've ever had one of our players who's in a match go and like practice during the commercial break, though.
No, I don't think so either. It's usually guys that were on the bench.
Yeah. There we go. Great
Good
job
half
for
by
Daryl.
DD. Daryl was
I
in
guess
Palm Springs like
there's nothing
yesterday.
really stopping that. Sorry, Henry. There's nothing really stopping that, Len. Like, if the people watching the matches, they couldn't see the far lanes if somebody was throwing. I guess that's on the player. The player wants to run down 5 or 6 lanes and go throw a ball while waiting. That's on
7
them,
lanes
I guess.
in between your throws.
Seems
Great shot,
excessive,
Steve.
But why does Henry seem out of breath? He was just practicing 16 lanes down. He's fine.
Staying loose.
I don't know if you need to throw in between. Maybe if you want to slide a little bit, maybe you got something sticky on your shoe or whatever, but I don't know if you're in a game. How many people during league would go and want to throw a practice ball? Like, never. Once you start bowling, you're bowling. 5-player team, 3-player team. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's true. Lenny faces anyway, so he could easily make that.
Yeah, that's true. Lenny's never standing still anyways. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But if you do want to have a conversation, go on.
Sorry, go ahead, Lenny.
I was going to say, if you do want to have a conversation with him, you are out of breath because you can't keep up with the guy trying to talk with him.
Yeah. I think the league would frown upon a player doing that, but I don't know if there's really a rule against it. So, Lenny,
It's like an unwritten rule.
Yeah.
Well, they're continuing to mark.
I was just going to say, they're keeping the marks rolling over there on the Bomber side. Mad Hatters are making a little bit of a comeback with their 6 frame. Oops, and they have a couple marks up there already for frame 7. A little bit fast for JC.
I've really
Heidi
enjoyed
coming
watching
back
Heidi
double.
bowl this year. She's just, and even last year, she's just so good. Her temperament, she never gets angry if she's not bowling great. She doesn't get, you can see she gets pretty, pretty pumped up when she's thrown a couple. But man, she's such a strong bowler.
Yeah. Oh, the average pros coach chiming in. If you're struggling enough to need to go throw between frames, you probably should have been pulled.
Yeah, it's true. Well, and we'll always have enough bowlers to be pulled. We're not like the Bombers where just 5 bowlers on our team show up. Like, all of us show up as a team. Oh, he sends a messenger. That's down.
The messenger. That's awesome. Great shot by Troy.
That was. We saw it, Troy. It's down.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely a highlight reel shot.
Yeah. There's another. That's a good strike. He needed that one.
Katie, were we supposed to keep notes on like highlight moments?
I literally just texted myself that so that I could tell DB because he did tell me about it. So I wrote down the time and the frame and everything.
Wow.
I'm
What's
on it.
wrong
I
with you
got
guys
you.
being all organized and stuff?
Well, Daryl had just mentioned that he wanted to start getting a collection of like the really cool shots for a highlight reel at bowling a couple weeks ago or last week. So yes, I wrote it down. I've texted it to myself. We can send that information
Perfect.
over.
Do you need me to go watch our matches and send you all
No.
the highlights on ours? Okay.
We don't.
I probably got a couple in there. I could send you.
Looks like we have
Alright.
a George sighting going on here. Sparing
In for Larissa.
Subbing for Larissa, yeah.
Now, is that because Larissa's just down in her match? Would that be the only reason? I mean, she's not throwing, right corner miss, couple strikes, a right corner spare, a head pin, a right corner miss, a strike. That's
Could
the first
be
time
too,
she's
though.
missed the middle.
True. Could be, she's a little bit down in her match. Mad Hatters are playing again after this.
No.
Are they?
This
No?
is our only match of the day.
Oh, then I don't know. I was
Nice
going to say
try.
just to give him some
So
frames before going into the next
So that
one.
theory just went right out the window. Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, so I'm just going to trail off and end that thought.
Len's ripping into Henry here in the chat.
Len, I'm on your team. I'm on Team Len.
Len doesn't look like he's on Team Henry, though.
No? I better look at. No, I don't want to see it.
No.
No, he was just saying highlights of your match. Viewers would watch and fall asleep in 5 minutes.
Oh, Len. You're not getting a t-shirt. I had a t-shirt all saved up for him. No.
Not happening
You're
now.
not getting one. No. He's going to have to buy one from DB.
Annette's really strong with those 5 spares.
Yeah.
Keeping the marks rolling.
Not helping with the count, but keeping the marks going. With 2 open frames for the Mad Hatters in a row there. See if JC can make a spare here.
It's been a little wild since the commercial break.
And it was a big shot by Heidi, too.
Oh, Len says because it's just boring, Henry. Nothing but strikes. There you go.
Oh, Len, I got you 2 t-shirts now. I'll throw in a hat, too.
So Mad Hatters
sure
still have their second pull available. Is that correct?
Yep, that's correct.
The second time today you were correct, Katie.
So as a coach, would you be looking at any of those matches thinking maybe it's time?
The hard part is like they made the Larissa pull. Now, because JC is struggling, she would have been the other spot I was looking at, but they don't have that option, right? Because then you lose that female spot.
Right.
So
Because they only have a male available on the bench right now, right?
exactly. So then you got to be looking at the Dylan spot again. But Dylan's playing all right. He's right in the match. So
Yeah.
I don't know if another spot I would be looking at.
Just
Well,
let it ride
when-
out for the last 2 frames.
Yeah.
And maybe they got a little trigger happy pulling Larissa out of the match before JC, just looking at the 2, how they were faring and shooting. I mean, Larissa never missed the middle except for the 1 frame, and JC's, now missed 3 in a row. Although, she had also had 3 strikes in a row, so that's why I am not the coach.
Yeah,
Just
it
do
can
what I'm
change,
told.
like who the right pull is in any minute can change frame by frame.
yeah.
So
Yeah. exactly.
David almost gets the double there.
They got to have some confidence in JC though, just the way she's played
Oh.
last year and this year.
Right.
So
Right.
Well, ultimately, all of them can play. So even if you're on the bench, if you're worried about putting that bowler in from the bench, then maybe a bowler shouldn't be on your team, right?
And realistically, when you look at it, JC before in frame 8 was high score on the team. So
yeah,
are you really going to
Yeah.
pull your high score? Like, probably not.
No. Yes.
Just maybe have that conversation with her off to the side of just settle back in, think about that first half. What were you doing different? Yeah. Reel her back in a bit.
So I also think as a team, as you know, one bowler kind of misses a little bit, and then you go up as the next bowler, and you're like, okay, you know what, I got to try to keep the marks going, and okay, you missed, and then the next bowler is like, oh, I really, now we're down 2, we only got 1 mark. I don't know, maybe everybody just starts to just push
Press
it
a
a little
little.
bit, or just a little, squeezing it. It's so easy to bowl when everybody's throwing strikes, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in the last 3 frames, Bombers have only had 2 opens.
1 open in the last 3 frames. Oh, you're talking about frame 6 too.
Yeah. So even though Annette is making her spares as a coach, I mean, would it be something that you'd be like, man, maybe get your first ball out there, or are you thinking about pulling? Coach, what would you do? I know he's
Well, I
listening.
mean, they don't have the option of the pull.
Well, they don't, but I'm just saying in this situation, if you had another, bowler on the bench,
Yeah.
I mean, the spares are huge.
I don't think so. Just because she's still in the match, she's still marking.
Yeah, I would agree. I'd probably, you know what I would do?
Match, eh?
I would tell her to pick up a ball, and I would tell her to put it down and then pick up another ball and then throw that one first.
Yeah. That's great coaching.
Okay, good one, Katie. Good one.
It's better than, oh, you've punched 2 times in a row, pitch it left.
Hey, and it worked. He threw 6 strikes in a row.
Heidi with a
Be
great
like,
shot.
Annette, go stand up on the lane, pretend to throw the ball, walk off the lane, pick up
I didn't tell
another
you to
ball.
pretend to throw it. Oh, JC with the head pin.
3 head pins in a row for the team. The Bombers are just throwing marks.
Just plugging away.
And they go. Yeah, they're having a great game over there.
Yeah.
It's okay, Matt
David
Hatters,
looking
keep
to get
plugging
on
away.
the lane. Yeah.
Yeah, it's as close as the match is, it's kind of slipping away here on them.
Yeah. It's tough when you're on the lane and you look over and you're like, man, I'm down by 3 balls. I've only got 3 left. Like I know you're trying to keep upbeat for the team, but when you look down the list and you're like, oh, you're down a ball, you're down 2 balls, you're down a ball. At some point it does start to drain the energy you did have. I don't know.
Okay, so we have the Mad Hatters at 958 plus 30 more, so 988. And the Bombers are 1138, so they got a bit of cushion here. Lots of marks working. So the Mad Hatter probably just looking at here to steal a couple points back.
Yeah.
And if our other teams are watching, the Pinslayers and the Kingpins, could you please get your cameras up and running? We know this match is running a little bit ahead of time.
Yeah, let's go. We got stuff to do today.
Since they don't respond to the group chat that we've created.
All right, so that head pin puts the nail in the coffin for that one spot. Daryl's going to take frame one, or the first match.
Yep.
It's a great way to come out, throwing a 270 or 280 for the first match of the season.
Yeah. He's been bowling really well this year, too.
238 for David. Oh, and great shot to finish that one off.
286.
Mad Hatters are just running into that head pin problem just at the wrong time. 8, 9, 10 when you're punching head pins is just a big game killer.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
big punch in the face is what it is.
Oh, doesn't
Sorry,
get the
Steve.
pitch.
That's not down. Yeah, and I think the difficult thing for the Mad Hatters now is they don't have another game right now to be like, okay, that's okay. That one's away from us. Let's fire back up, like we've seen with the one game today and the one game last week where the team they took 1 point, or they still get a chance to come back in and kind of throw again, where they don't. They're gonna have to sit there and think about this for the next probably 6 months until they get the bowl again.
6 months.
That's how long it is between our games.
I think this is Henry's way of saying he volunteers to make the schedule next season.
Not a chance. Not a chance. Timmy
That's
did
what I'm
an
hearing.
Timmy did an amazing job. It's like the
Oh,
only
let's
good
not go
thing he
that
did
far,
all-
Henry.
Hey, it's the only
Amazing,
good thing he's done all
amazing.
year, okay? It's the only good thing he's done all year, okay? Give him that.
Okay.
He's probably over there fumbling on the other broadcast, too.
No, I'm sure they're doing an amazing job on the other broadcast.
Mm.
Oh, wow.
Well, there's something different for Annette.
I wonder if she'll spare this one too.
Oh, I'd put money on it. I wonder if she rips the other 3 pin out and gets a T-shirt next year or next order. Oh, I was pretty close. Oh, I'm glad she didn't do that.
So they're going to take the first 3 matches, and that sitting at a 209 right now to the 208 that Dylan threw.
208.
And the cleanup for her, 216.
And this match is already won. Heidi's already won this match.
Yeah, it could be an 8-0 sweep.
Just, I guess, maybe Troy on the end is just waiting for Mark to bowl or the players to catch up, maybe.
Yeah, he's probably hanging out just to see
great
what
shot,
Johnny
Heidi.
does.
Lenny's a character. Yeah, that's a tough one for the Mad Hatters.
Great game for Heidi. You had to know the Bombers were going to come out swinging. First match of the season. They've been itching to get on the lanes for a while.
Mm-hmm. So Troy's got a possible 271 up there,
Yeah.
Yep.
and Mark is max 260,
272.
272.
One
Ooh.
pin.
Ooh.
Maybe that's why Troy's waiting. Mark
See what
doesn't
Mark
care. He's
does.
just going to go up and throw. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe Troy waiting that whole time for all of the bowlers to go through. Oh, was good.
Wanted to know what he had to get.
Yep. Wanted to know if he had to match Mark or what was going on. So right now, if he matches or he has to throw the first one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He asked for the first one.
So it's either a 7-1 or an 8-2 or an 8-0, sorry.
So Mark finishes with a 239.
A solid
Maybe
game by
did you
Mark,
guys see? Did you guys see the interview by the coach Daryl Sittler after the game? They asked him where Jonathan Huberdeau went. Oh, chop off.
Oh, Henry, I didn't get the reference.
You didn't get that one?
No.
Well, Jonathan Huberdeau wasn't on the bench for a couple of shifts, and they asked him where he went, and he was like, he went to take a shit. So I thought maybe that's what Troy was doing.
So that'll
I guess,
seal
yeah.
it. 8-0.
One, two, three. Four chop offs for Troy in that game too.
Yeah. All right.
Oh.
So 8-0 for the Bombers. The Mad Hatters. 13-14 for the Bombers. Solid score.
Great game.
To 1082. The Mad Hatters. All right. So we'll bring in our team managers here shortly. We'll bring your guys' lovely faces back into the stream.
Was that a warning?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we were paying
usually.
attention this time.
Awesome. All right. So without further ado, the Bombers winning team manager, Mr. Lynn Howell. How's it going, Lynn? Huh.
He's in a time warp.
His Wi-Fi isn't the greatest at the moment, I can see. Troy, are we going to bring you in or Linda? Let me know. Okay, I'll bring Troy in here. And Troy from the Mad Hatters.
Yeah.
So highlight of the match, the messenger strike. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I get those here and the others around here, but
really,
sometimes that's the way to get a strike in this house.
Fair enough. Yeah, it was awesome to see. Definitely hitting our highlight reels. We'll tell you that.
Yeah. Well, at least there's something.
Obviously not what the Mad Hatters wanted to see for their 5th match of the season, getting skunked by the Bombers, but some brief glimpses of really good play there. JC started with the triple in 3-4-5. You guys had plenty of good ones going.
We had a really good first half, but it's just, I don't know, maybe we should have a break. But,
commercial break. Got ya.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It just seemed to didn't carry on to the second half, and well, when you leave that many open up there, it's not good.
No, exactly. So I guess we won't be able to talk to Lynn Howell. He's kind of frozen for this interview. So
he didn't really do anything today, anyways.
That's
I
right.
need to talk to Lynn. He
Team
didn't have
manager didn't have to do anything. Troy, thanks
Seemed like
again
based around.
for the Mad Hatters.
Yeah,
And
sorry. Yeah.
no worries. And we'll talk to you guys next show.
Perfect.
I think Mom said December 11th is our next match. So yeah, we'll talk to you guys.
Perfect. All right. Have a good one.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Yeah.
All right. And we'll run our commercial, and then we'll get our next match going to round out a 4-match week.
Again.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centers across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
All right, as we get into our next match here, we'll bring in our team managers. So from the Heartland Kingpins, we have Robert Gallagher. And from the Pinslayers, we have Yvonne.
Good. This, all of a sudden it'll start.
We're all good. You guys can hear us. We can hear you.
Repeat it 3 times. You bet.
Perfect.
That's like,
So the Pinslayers, obviously second match of the day, second match of the year. Can we get your lineup, please?
Sure. Okay, so I have Adam LeBlanc, Don Campbell,
Yeah, you're good. You're good, Yvonne. We can
Trent
hear you.
Keep
Ackgill,
going.
Carol Mitten, Don Campbell, and Sean Eby. And I have Kim Sundin on the bench.
You're good. You're good, Yvonne.
Trent
Perfect.
Ackgill, Carol Mitten,
And then Robert, your guys' lineup.
and I have Kim Sundin on the bench.
change it up a little bit. Gino's going to start. Shauna Lesnane's going to go on 2 hole. And 3, Anthony 4, and Baker cleanup.
Perfect. Well, without further ado, we'll get you guys rocking and rolling here for our last match of the day. Best of luck, and looking forward to seeing lots of great bowling.
Right on. Good luck.
Good luck, guys.
All right.
Good luck.
All right. So, Henry, your favorite job of
And
the
we're
day.
on.
Pinslayers.
Oh, I have anxiety. Kim, Sean, Trent, Adam, Don, Hank, my favorite bowler, Carol, Morgan, and Yvonne is the manager.
And Katie for the Heartland Kingpins.
And over for the Kingpins, Gino, Sean, Jennifer, Shauna, Eric, Anthony, Mike, and Bev, and with Rob Gallagher as the manager.
Perfect. All right. We have
Okay.
both troublesome scoreboards for this match, so
We're going to make it work.
I love guessing.
we're going to try our best here for you guys.
That's good. I like Kingpin's got their team banner up there with their sponsors on it.
They sure do.
Yeah, it'd be nice if the average pros would have had theirs when they started, but that's okay, DB.
Henry's just full of just little comments today, hey?
He's not bitter.
What do you mean today, Katie?
Yeah,
Look at that
fair.
one knee strike for Gino. I'm doing that tonight.
You have to throw strikes to do that, Henry.
Oh,
Oh. Just
I thought
kidding.
I just thought you threw it and you went down on one knee and they went down. Looks like
Sometimes that happens.
that was a good ball. I don't know. I was having fun on Thursday night. See, I decided to start having fun. I could throw strikes. It's when I'm not having fun, I'm not throwing strikes. So
Yeah,
there's
that's
a-
fair.
there's a
Correlation
thing
there.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, and just misses for Shauna on her corner
Just
spare.
fell off the lane. And
Gets
he
it over
just
on the
got
other
it.
side.
You got Carrie doing map duties here. Are you keeping score by hand, Carrie?
You bet.
Okay, good. Thanks, buddy.
Not a problem, Henry. Anything for you, bud.
Oh, Dawn just gets
Yeah.
one of the corners to go. I was looking like it could have been aces for a minute there. Nice 3-pin to start the game for Schwartz.
You can't really kick him off the team, eh? It's because his team sponsors the team or his company.
Oh, and he
there you go.
just
Nice
gets
pair.
the 3 spare.
The twirling head pin over. He throws such a smooth ball too, Anthony.
Oh, yeah. Anthony's so good.
Oh. Yeah, I got to hang out with Anthony down at in Oshawa at Neb's a little bit. Real nice guy too.
Yeah, that would have been a blast.
Except when he flies drones in bowling alleys. They come dangerously close to people's heads.
Yeah.
He almost took me out with one.
Only experience that at the Tour Championship, people.
Yeah. Head
There was
pin
a
to
talk-
Carl to start.
Are you thinking of going down again next year, Carrie, to Neb's?
Yes, yeah, I'll be going. I
You're
guess
not gonna book hotels?
as long as I can still bowl by then. But
Oh.
yeah, we won't listen to Mitch this time for hotels.
No, we've actually blocked him from all conversations.
Over
To
on
do
the
it
other stream, guys, I have the update. Motor City Mayhem took 6 points over Next Gen, 1281 to 1172.
Wow.
So
Motor
Next
City
Gen
Mayhem-
was 1-1 today. Toppler was 1-1 today. Motor City was 1-1 today. So big split of points over there.
Did he say?
I think this year we're going to bring Jesse with us.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we can start playing in the big tournaments, I guess.
In the big tournaments.
Yeah, are you going to come, Katie, or you're probably not going to?
Don't know yet.
Yeah, you're still a long ways away. I like it because it starts that season off. Like it's right at the end of summer, and it just kind of kicks off the bowling season. I think that's what Jordan and I talked about. That really, got us started into the bowling season this year. It's the perfect time
Yeah.
for it. Little vacation, get some Blue Jay games in. But next weekend, what's happening next weekend? We got the big one here in town.
In town
The
for the
TPC.
Edmonton people,
TPC.
TPC.
You are, Gino, if you get the other 3 pin, I'll get you a shirt. Don't worry about it. You get, yeah, it's going to be a lot of average pros this weekend. I can tell you that. A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got average pros in the invitational, both the main event and the female.
Right.
Big spare, Gino.
I saw a lot of average pro names in the doubles.
In the doubles, yeah. And if somebody comes through DB and we get our T-shirts, we'll be wearing them. The staff will be wearing T-shirts and hats, and yeah. I'll probably bring my banner down, set her up down on one of the lanes.
Maybe.
I don't know if the
I don't know
TPC
how
would
that'll
allow that.
I
It's
got
kind of a
family that works
WCBT
there.
event, not a 5PL event.
Oh, whatever.
But there is
Does it-
something pretty amazing happening at the TPC. There is a 5PL announcement happening, so stay tuned for that.
Oh, do tell. Don't I get the inside scoop for doing all this work?
Nope.
Are you cutting me a check, or do I get a tab for doing all this stuff? No? Oh.
No.
Somebody
You've
told
just
me I got a
volunteered your
bar-
time.
I heard I got a bar tab.
Not on the 5PL, I'll tell you that.
There's a better shot for Sean. See, I just said something about kicking him off the team, but you couldn't. Now he's got a strike and a spare. Yep. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the week. It'll be a good week. I love the TPC. It's always fun.
Oh, Carol with the 8 on the second ball.
Was it
Been
inside or outside?
I think it was inside. Anthony punches out the middle.
A little slow getting started.
Mm-hmm. Jen looking to round up the rest of the kingpins. Here we go. There's a big strike over on the pin slayers.
Oh.
We have a guest commentator coming to join us for the Van Island Pin Slayers, Kim Wilson.
Nice.
Are you able to hear us?
I can hear you. Yes.
Perfect. And we can hear you.
Yeah, that's great. Usually about all I'm good at is talking, so this has been hard on me.
well, then you and I are in trouble because that's what I do best too.
So you, as somebody from the area, you can probably give us some insight into some of these players. Obviously, we do know a few of them from national experience and stuff like that, but some of the local players that we don't know or haven't been to nationals lately when we've been there, we definitely want to know a little bit more about them. So feel free to add any insight that you can.
Yeah, I surely will. I think the only one that hasn't had national experience is Adam LeBlanc, and probably the only reason for that is we had quite a competitive house in Victoria, and once it closed, everybody had to migrate to either Duncan or myself. I live halfway between Victoria and Nanaimo, so I could go to both houses. But Adam stuck to Victoria, and he's just got back into competitive bowling in the last 2 years and made the step ladder of last year's provincial open. So, yeah. So other than that, everybody except for maybe Kim Sundin has had national experience.
Right. Awesome. Yeah. Obviously, I've played nationals with Carol Brook. Now, Carol is married and her name has changed, obviously.
Yes,
but Sean
sure.
Eby, and yeah.
Yeah, and most people, like we've got two players on our team, Don Campbell and Carol, that have bowled perfect games. But the impressive part about Carol is Carol did it when she was 17 years old. So
Yeah. I didn't realize Carol was on the island. I thought she was in Vancouver.
she just came to the island 2 years ago, I guess. She transferred over with the hospital, and she's had stayed away from bowling. She spared right at the very end of the year last year, actually for me, and she's sparing in Duncan as much as she can, as much as her schedule allows. Yeah.
The sisters must have really not liked each other because they were on both islands on the far ends.
Yeah, I asked her that. But Carol's probably got the most national team or national exposure because she's been, I believe, I've got, if I can find it here, I think she's been to Masters Nationals 4 or 5 times, and she's been to the Open Nationals 3 times. So
Right. Yeah. I know I just met Don here last year at the Heritage Traditional. So met a few of these players knowing that they were going to be joining this league and stuff like that. So it's pretty neat. I've seen Trent before too, and I can't place where.
Trent used to bowl out of Saskatchewan.
There it is.
And, yeah. And he played in the Nationals for Saskatchewan before. I believe the men's team won gold the 1 year he made the Nationals.
Right.
Yeah. And I first met Don at the Open Nationals in 2000. I was on the mixed team. Don was on the Saskatchewan mixed team, and he said he was moving to the island, and that's what happened. So, yeah. And I believe Kim Sundin's actually from Saskatchewan sometime or somewhere down the line too. So we've got quite an influx.
That's usually what the island gets, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
People move into the island; they don't leave it.
Yeah. And the funny, the year that Don was on the mixed team was the year Sean Eby coached our mixed team. So we all got to know each other quite well there. So it worked out pretty good.
Yeah, for sure. So kind of a little bit back to the action here. Heartland had a real strong frame 3 there, 4 strikes. Jen's kind of hit a little bit of a struggle bus here for the first 3 frames, but as everybody knows, Baker is Baker, so they're not too worried about that at the moment. But looks like the Pin Slayers here have kind of run into a slow moment in frame 3, the opposite of their frame 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Carol looking to get him back on track.
Yeah. A little bit miss to the side here. So Kim, let us know a little bit. Does the Pin Slayers coming into this day or whatever, were they pretty excited to join the 5PL and get this all rocking and rolling and get their feet wet?
They were very excited. A couple of them were more nervous because they looked at it just like going to nationals, and we have to perform. We got limited time to perform. So yeah, a little bit of nerves, a little bit of being anxious. And I think that if you would have said they could have started 3 months ago, they would have been happy because they've been practicing off and on for about 3 months. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our bowlers, most of the bowlers bowl at Brecken Lanes. We're hosting right now with Ray Britton, just wonderful facility. And but a lot of them bowl in Duncan too because there is no more bowling in Victoria. So there's a little 6-lane house, but they're not they don't really host very many competitive bowlers. They kind of basically do it for the entertainment value. So most of the better bowlers all play in Duncan and Nanaimo.
Right. All right. So frame 3, obviously for the Pin Slayers, they don't want to repeat that.
Not a great strategy.
Tough frame, but at least it's at the start of the match, right?
Yeah.
And not saying anything, but it has been a slow frame. So Heartland, even though they had all those strikes, now they've had a 4 or 5 minute break.
Sit and wait. That's what I was thinking too.
So that's kind of the neat dynamic of this league is you can't start the next frame till the other team's done. So it can add that little bit of extra pressure, knowing that now you got to get up and going again.
Yeah, that's right. you'll find the pin slayers too. All of them go in streaks. Usually one starts, they all start. So
Yeah.
So it's just getting that first one to start. That's the anxious
Yeah.
moment, right?
Yeah, exactly. You go as a team or as you go down as a team is kind of
That's
the
exactly right.
yeah.
It's kind of like me talking. Once I get started, I get going really good.
Really hard to stop you. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, apparently, when they were looking for a commentator, everybody mentioned my name because I never shut up, basically. So
Fantastic.
even when
Love
I'm
it.
bowling.
There we
I
go.
like it.
They're starting off
It
frame
happens.
4 on the right note. A mark to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Getting things going.
When Gino missed his corner. See, there's that little bit of a lull. And
The
now
switch.
Right?
yeah. We noticed even in your guys' first match, there tends to be a lot of corners going on at Breckin Lanes. Maybe you should talk to Ray about that.
Yes, and he was watching most of it too. He's been in and out of this room and behind, and that's been an ongoing issue all year. Same with Duncan too. A lot of corners, but it comes down to if you spare your corners, you're still going to get a decent score, right? So
Yeah.
So we did have a question in the first match because obviously not a lot of us have ever been to the island, even for bowling and for that matter. Is it black bases and 18 inches, or is it still original bases and all that good stuff? Do you happen
yeah,
to know?
it's 18. Yeah.
18 with black bases?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a beautifully maintained house. I mean, they're very involved. Ownership, the competitive side, the YBC side. Ray's, I don't know if he's still president of the National Proprietors Group, but yeah, there's vested interest to have a good scoring house, right?
Yeah, for sure.
That makes a big difference, I think, in the people owning the lanes. If they're into competitive bowling, they really do take that little extra care to make sure the bands are right, to make sure the lanes are clean, to make sure. I think it makes a big difference for the competitive bowling part.
Yeah, it really does. And when there's issues, they address the issues and stand by and watch the issues. They don't just say yeah, and ignore them. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was kind of funny when I first got into competitive bowling. The proprietor took the stance that the competitive bowler was only 1% of their things, so they didn't really pay attention, right? They just considered it whining. Now it seems like things have changed where the competitive bowler is now almost like a selling item. Like we have these bowlers that play in our house, and they take their pinfall very, I guess, to a higher note now than it used to be before.
Take it a little more seriously.
Yeah.
It was. I was going to say, I grew up playing at Town and Country Lanes in Victoria, which was a 24-lane free-fall wood house that hosted Masters National, Open National, and it was such a nice feeling to have a former master as a proprietor and a tournament master, because he took everything seriously. And it was a wonderful place to grow up. I came right through YBC, right up to Masters through it. And, just the pinfall there, a head pin was always sparable. Same with aces was always sparable with free fall. So it made for interesting bowling in those days.
That'd be really neat.
Yeah. That's where Sean Eby got all his YBC experience too, because we both played the same place.
All right. That was a great comeback frame for the Pin Slayers. 4 marks after having only 1 in frame 3. Give them a little bit of something to work with going into the end of the first half.
Yeah, it was super close. Obviously, the marks weren't counted in for Heartland, but they were at 356 going into frame 5 and 370 for the Pin Slayers. So only a couple hundred, 100 back probably.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing with this 5PL. We got to convince the proprietors to use the same scoring type across the board.
Yeah, I agree.
Math is hard.
Yeah, especially when you can only see the score half the time.
Exactly.
Just to get all the scores, all the marks counted in, I think is the best format. I know a lot of systems that's the default. Cubica seems to be the one that doesn't like to do that, so we'll have to convince these proprietors to take the time and do that for us.
Yeah. Keep it standard.
Yeah. Helps not only the commentators, but hopefully the audience too, watching. If they're just watching the scores, they can follow along just as well as we can.
Sean's
That
really found
two-hole
his
match.
groove.
Don just having lots of letters up there. Shauna kind of the same thing. No one's really running away with that match.
Within 2 or 3, it looks like.
Yeah, it's really close. I can't quite
Pretty
see
sure
what Shauna has, but
Mike came in
both
for
in the
Shauna.
80s. Oh, did Mike come in for
Yeah.
Shauna?
He threw the last ball anyways.
85 she has, so yeah, 2 points.
Yeah. Game 3 is really close with Trent having that double.
Oh, nice try by Anthony.
Oh,
Trying to spare it.
they were hoping. They were hoping.
There's Carol go. It was only a matter of time.
Down.
There's a
That
good
is
shot by
down.
Carol.
Sean gets the push through.
Yeah.
That's the one thing too. You mentioned about a lot of corners here too. It's the pocket hits that seems to leave most of the corners. Those thin hits or misfires that will get strikes. But that's a great difference between a great game and a 150. If you miss that thin hit, right? So nobody wants to play that shot. It's usually by accident you get away with a strike.
So we have the Pinzers here with a couple doubles going. They have 492 after 5, and we have Heartland at 475, but they got an extra 75 sticks to count in, so they're at 450-ish or 550-ish. So we're within 60 pins here, so good start. We'll run our commercials and bring the second half of our last match of the day.
Okay, sounds good.
When you come to the Canadian Brewhouse, you'll feel right at home. We work hard to make our house your house. With an affordable menu of appetizers, entrees, desserts, beverages, and killer deals on daily specials. At our house, you never miss a play. As sports lovers, we've ensured each location includes over 50 TVs and our signature Jumbotron. The Canadian Brewhouse is the place people want to be.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centers across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
All right, here we go.
Last 5 frames of the day. Well, it looks like we have someone warming up for the pin players. I'm like, that's not the same lane.
Did they change the angle on that? What's going on?
Somebody must have
Someone
bumped it.
warming up.
Yeah.
All good. That's the good part about this league is you can be warming up the whole time.
Yeah, I really like that part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Us old guys, we need as much warm up as we can. As soon as we sit still for 5 minutes, everything seizes.
Yeah, you're talking to an expert on that.
I'm new at the old guy club.
Oh, are you? Oh, I'm a veteran. I started bowling when I was 6, and I'm 68 now. So,
wow. I took some time off. I started when I was probably 4 or 5, and then I didn't bowl again until I hit my probably 19 to 20 years old, and then I started enjoying it really.
Yeah.
Let's see how the commercial break fares now. That was a good strike.
Good start, Adam. Good start.
Oh, just doesn't get it. Not enough there for Mike.
Yeah, Big Spare. It's really good to see some of these players, from the island that, I wouldn't have gotten to see. I never made nationals, and I wasn't really big into the competitive bowling, and until recently that I've enjoyed it. But seeing other bowlers in other parts of the country that I never would have gotten a chance to see, so I really enjoy this 5-pin and see different styles and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're being watched by. I was going to say we're being watched by a lot of the people in BC now too, because of the vested interest extra team in the island and another extra team. So I know the Lower Mainland women are watching this match and the match before. So we'll support them also too to get more interest going for next year.
Right, that's awesome. Maybe we'll have a big year wind-up party somewhere in the middle, like Winnipeg or something.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
Well, if Average Pros shared all their sponsorship money, maybe that could happen. But
we're gonna have to get into some of the airline companies. I think that'll be our next sponsorship targets. We can fly us around the country. Oh, that's a couple of misses for Anthony. That doesn't happen often. He's in good spirits. He's giggling. A little bit of a lull here for the, I guess, the commercial break. Doesn't look like it's. We'll see how the Van Island finishes off here. It definitely slowed down Heartland.
Yeah.
Except for
commercial break. It'll get you every time. I'm telling you.
Except for Jen.
Except for Jen. Seasoned pro over there.
Yeah, she doesn't really count. That's 2-5 misses after the commercial break, so it's got to be a thing.
All right, we'll see if Pin Slayers Sean can keep it going. Oh,
seems to be a
misstep
trend
there.
Yeah.
I think he seized up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, he's no spring chicken anymore, neither.
Yeah. Sean looks like he's closer to my age.
Yeah.
Well, at least the Slayers still have doubles working on. Two of them have doubles.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, if Sean could have doubled up there, that would have given us a nice little catch-up area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But still a good amount of marks working.
Yep.
Well, they're in control of the first match. How do you know how they came up with the logo for the Slayers? Do you guys have any input on it?
The rest of the team had some input. I think they had a graphic designer that was somehow associated with somebody that kind of gave them a few concepts, and then they accepted one of the concepts.
Nice.
It's actually pretty good looking.
Yeah, no, I really like it. I think it looks really cool.
Hey,
That's
Adam,
not what you want on a double.
No, that's something I would do actually.
Yeah, that's definitely an average pro thing.
Yeah.
That's a better ball.
Okay.
Heartland coming out.
Yeah. I see Kim Sundin has come back in for Dawn here, so I guess the head pins were a little too many for Dawn there. So. Okay, guys.
Looked like she had a better throw there.
Good ball.
Let's see if Anthony can improve on 5. Yeah, that was easy to do, eh?
Oh, another great shot.
That was a big shot.
4 in a row.
A ham bone.
Ham bone.
Bone.
Jen going for hers.
Jen throws her.
Ooh.
Wow.
Pin.
Wow. You really jinxed her, Katie.
Well, oops. Sorry. Still a great frame for Heartland Kingpins. 3 strikes and a spare.
And there's another strike on after a 5 frame. Oh, figured it out after 1 frame off. If it was that easy. That was a big shot too. That was nice.
Great shot to end that frame for Pin Slayers.
Mm-hmm.
Get out with some momentum. Heading back up to the top of the order. 4 marks in a row.
Refresh our screen a little bit here. So 727 to 723, but obviously a few pins missing in there. 60, so 783. So we're only 60 pin difference.
Coming down to the wire.
Ooh, Gino with the roast.
Adam
with the
Another
big strike.
great
There we
shot.
go.
Big strike for Adam.
For Adam. Kim on the lanes.
Ball, Kim.
Great shot for Kim. Gino gets a spare.
If we finish early, do we just get to hang around and talk?
No.
Sure.
I have to finish making jellyfish costumes.
For what? Are you wearing that to bowling tonight?
No, for school tomorrow. Me and a couple of the other teachers are being jellyfish.
That's not your spirit animal. You should have been a hippo.
It's not my spirit animal, but a hippo costume is just really hard to make, I think.
I don't think it'd be that hard. See what Sean does here. He's bowling really well this game. The last set he didn't, and I even remember the first set that I watched him bowl. He struggled a little bit. Yeah, he's found his groove.
Rough head pin there for Trent. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that looks good. Yeah, that was good.
Good ball, girl. Great double.
Lots of marks coming in now. This is what we've been looking for.
Good.
Miss on the chop spare for Anthony, though.
Yeah.
Man.
Sean looking to double up again.
Oh, and he gets his double up.
Oh, and he gets
Big
it.
double, Sean.
$125. So 60 to, oh, they're directly tied, Anthony and Carol. If they both
That's
bang
gonna
out,
be
they would split.
Good finish. Oh, a little bit off
That
for
was
Jen.
Jen's first miss. 4 head pins and 3 strikes to that point. To be that accurate, eh?
Live or die by the sword, Henry. That's what that's about.
But look at
That's
this.
the most frustrating.
So she pitched out. She makes a spare. She bangs out. No, it was close though. It only works for Gino, I guess. Only the old guys.
Yes. So.
Only the old guys fall for that kind of sorcery.
Oh, and Jen got the yank.
Bev Magnus in. So we have 858 for the pin slayers after 8 frames. And looks like 825 with an extra 75. So 900. So we're 50 sticks. Closing the gap slowly, but lots of doubles working for the pin slayers.
That's a tough pull. Pulling Jen after she's not missed the middle. Well, I guess that was the first miss. Missed the middle one time, you're out.
I think in a way you're also trying to like throw off the other side too a little bit, right? Change the momentum.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe get Sean being like, oh, playing just a little bit more tentative or something so that he doesn't continue his run of strikes because he's been pretty on.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's not about changing your team. It's about altering the other team.
Well, and I would think that would work if you were bowling in the same center as us or side by side, but I don't know if that same strategy would work as much, over the internet.
Yeah, when you're not in the same places.
I agree.
I don't know. Is Sean really sitting there going, "Oh, I got to beat Jen. I got to beat Jen"? I don't think Sean really cares who he's bowling against at this point.
Oh, great shot for Mike.
Unless they're doing double knee slides across the lane in front of them, might be a little bit different.
Yeah.
We don't do that though. That was a good spare.
Good spare, Adam. I noticed Adam playing in the Open
Jeez.
last year, qualifying. Once he got on a roll, a lot of people stood back and watched because he does get intimidating, and he's not an overpowering size guy, but he throws the ball so consistently when he's on. Right? Great lead.
Yeah, that's what you're looking for in a lead. Somebody can keep the energy going. Somebody who can throw consistent, good ball.
Yeah. Get the team riled up a little bit too.
And doesn't let a head pin here and there rattle them, and that's a big difference too. Because I've seen lots of guys throw 8 in a row, throw a punch, and they're done. You know,
right?
Unfortunate.
I think that's probably the part of the game that I need to work on. If I throw a bad frame, and that it's getting there, where I throw a bad frame and I'm like, okay, it's only one frame. Let's pick up the pieces and keep going.
Yeah. All right, let's see what Bev can do with her first ball of the game. And what
That's
the
her
pin
second
players
ball.
can
The
do on
first
those
ball of the
doubles.
game was a miss. Just
No, I said her first ball.
Oh, you did say that.
I did say that to see if she could throw the strike.
And she did.
Come on, Henry.
And actually, her first ball would have been a strike if all the pins were still set.
True.
Possibly.
See what Carol and Sean can do on their
Wow,
doubles.
Carrie.
This is where big points are going to be made up.
That looked like a great ball.
Oh,
Yeah.
great shot for Carol.
Great ball.
What a shot. You're getting down to those pressure shots now. It's going to come down to the wire here. All these matches are pretty tight.
It is, yeah.
I think so.
They're all tight, and then even total.
What a shot.
Oh, great shot,
What a
too,
shot
by
by
Sean.
Sean.
That's massive for team total.
Yeah, I think that's about the one match.
Both of them were able to put the strike on the doubles.
It's about the one match there that is maybe out of reach now.
All right.
Yeah, that'd be the only one
We're
I
down to the-
would say is unreachable. They're all up for play.
Yeah.
1011 to 951 with
Yeah, that's what it looks
extra
like.
90, so 1044.
Oh,
good looking
Oh,
shot,
it gets
Adam.
roasted.
That was a good shot, Adam. I was going to say, Gino didn't
Gino
go
with the
down
head
on one
pin,
knee, so you knew that wasn't going to be a good shot.
So Adam's going to take the first match.
Wow.
Oops.
He knew he already had the match won.
There you go. 238 to Gino's 229. Good day for Gino.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's had the 3.5 his
All
first
right.
match. Ooh, Mike with
Oh,
the
and a
punch.
head pin.
And he went down on one knee,
Mike.
too, and it didn't work.
Ooh.
That's
And
a
a
tough one.
3-pin for Kim. So Heartland is going to take game 2.
Oh, back through the hole.
Oh, boy. Kim's getting a
That's gonna
T-shirt
hurt
here.
team
She
total.
rips a 3-pin, yeah. At least it's making our job easy with the scores being really clear here at the end of the match.
So 164 for Kim to 209.
Yeah, 209.
Sure.
Yep. It's 209. Sorry.
1-1 so far.
Oh, he was blocking the view. I couldn't tell what he got. Nice shot.
Corner.
Oh, look at he didn't
Sean got
even.
in slider.
Sean stood up. His last frame, I was going to say something. We were talking. He threw the strike to get the turkey, and he, as soon as he let the ball go, he just turned around. He knew it was his right where he wanted it.
Great half.
Good spare, Trent.
Splits on his last ball for
Put it on the
263.
middle.
That's a great
So
game.
Heartland will take that game. Up 2-1 at this point.
Yep.
Great
Good
shot.
shot.
Yahtzee.
Yahtzee.
Big shot here for Carol. She's going to want to try and take big team total points here. Oh, corner.
Oh. Sean with a chop.
Okay.
That's a great game.
Great game.
Great comeback game for him.
Yeah.
What does that say? 358?
He needed a good game.
368,
says
I believe.
360.
360? 360.
Had a few 360s up there today.
Anthony with his initial.
Not ideal.
No, that's going to.
So after the first 4 matches, it's going to be a 2-2 split coming down to, well, and then
wow.
It's
Pinslayers will take
3-2
game
for
5. So
Pinslayers.
3-2 in the matches.
Yeah.
And total's still really close.
Total's
is it not?
right
11?
there. Oh, man.
1165. with
That was
2
a big
players
shot
left.
for total right there.
Yeah, big shot, Sean.
Big
Oh,
shot,
boy.
Sean. Okay.
Oh, it's going to come down to Bev here making some big shots. They want to keep it close. So 1156 plus 15. So 1171 before she throws this ball. So literally they're tied.
Ball for ball.
Oh,
Yeah.
another big
Big shot,
strike.
Sean.
That's huge.
Big 5-bagger.
I think that
was
secures
huge.
team total. Yep.
Well, that definitely
There you go.
secures it
That's
now.
done. So they're going to
6-2.
take it 6-2.
Wow.
There you go. It's a big comeback game for the Pinslayers.
Great game. Great game for Sean, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
335.
Wow, that was a fun finish to watch.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I like when the games are close. Not when we're playing, but when I'm watching, I like when the games are close.
Yeah.
I agree.
When we're playing, it's too much for me. It's too much. But if I'm not involved in it,
Yeah. So 1226 to 1200 on the nose. Or 12,
Wow,
yeah,
great game.
1200 on the nose.
looks like it. Yeah, 1200.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you very much, Kim, for commentating
more
with
than
us.
welcome.
We'll wait for Yvonne to come back in for team manager, and we'll wrap up the show.
Okay, sounds good. And
All right,
I'll
thank
be
you.
joining you guys in future shows here, health-wise. As long as I can do it, I'll be here.
Awesome. Let's
Amazing.
Great.
Okay, sounds good.
Have a great night.
All righty. So we'll shrink
Hey.
this up. So you
You
guys,
guys
are
want
ready?
to know that Apple iPods last exactly 3 hours and 45 minutes. Actually, 3:41.
341.
Yeah.
Hey, you're dead.
Done. I had to plug in. But you guys can hear me, so that's
all
good.
right. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, we'll bring in Yvonne from the Pin Slayers and Mr. Bob Gallagher from the Heartland Kingpins. Great match, guys. Came right down to the wire.
Yeah, it was a great match.
It was good. Yep.
Yeah. So 6-2 final for the Pin Slayers. We'll just start with the Pin Slayers. Obviously, great job, Yvonne. They really came through. Sean with the massive game at the bottom of the lineup there.
Yeah.
Huge, him and Carol coming home.
Yeah, they did great. A little bit of nerves in that first match, and I think they kind of got over it in the second match. So, yeah, they did great.
Yeah, for sure. Robert, Heartland Kingpins. Obviously, Gino had a great start to his match. The first match, Sean struggled, and then it seemed like they flipped this last game. Sean had a really great game. Gino, it was an all right game, but missed a couple key shots there for you. Let us know.
A couple of big spares, straight. You know, missed a couple of big shots, and a couple of so.
Yeah.
All in all, it was good. It was good. A good match. So.
Good.
Yeah. It's great to see. So both of you. Yeah, so both of you end up 1-1 after this week. So obviously not the what you're looking for the 2-0, but it's you didn't get 0-2, so
exactly.
Not a bad week.
Yeah. Didn't get 8
all right
either, so we're.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
All right. Well, we'll let you guys go, and best of luck the rest of the season, and we'll see you on future shows.
Great. Thank you.
All right.
Good day.
Bye, guys.
Yeah.
Well, another 4-hour session for you guys.
Oh my gosh, these guys are killing it.
We made it.
It was probably a little quieter than the last one, but that's okay. It's early Sunday today. Last one was probably the first one, so I was like, oh, I got this, oh, I got that, I got this, and then this one's just like, oh, whatever, let them go.
Today you just sat back and enjoyed the ride.
That's probably it.
I have that effect on people, so you're welcome.
Well, and you're there, and then I was all nervous working with Carrie today. I was like, fine. So I didn't want to overstep my boundaries. It was good.
No, it's all good.
Some great bowling, some not so great bowling, but that's the way she goes.
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
Right.
So
good week.
Obviously, there won't be any 5PL matches next weekend due to the TPC going on, but we'll see you all in a couple of weeks. And once again, thanks, Henry. Thanks, Katie, for commentating another 4 hours.
Yep, no worries. We expect our open bar tab at the doubles TPC. It's fine. Thanks.
Open bar tab. I'm also playing doubles, so do I get a part of that?
Sure.
Yep,
We could.
100%.
Yeah, you're in. Okay. Thanks, guys.
Awesome.
See you guys.
All right.
See you later
Have a good
tonight,
week.
Carrie. Katie.
See ya.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centers across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.